Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of the Nippon Professional Baseball League. Tonight, we are going to be bringing you a Central League matchup between the second and third place teams as they are battling to maintain their position and hold on to playoff positioning here as the season is coming to a close here shortly. It is going to be the Hanshin Tigers hosting the Hiroshima Carp. The Tigers are sitting in second place in the Central League. They have a 66 win, 58 loss, and 6 tie record. They are 3 games back of the Yomiuri Giants. The Hiroshima Carp are in third place. They were swept at home by the Giants, and they are 63, 57, and 5. And they are being closely followed by the Yokohama DNA Bay Stars, who are 5 games behind the Giants, who right now are on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. As far as games played are concerned, of the 4 teams that are fighting for the playoff positioning, the Bay Stars have the most games in hand, or the least games played. They have played 124. The Carp have played 125. The Giants have played 128, and the Tigers have played the most. They're at 130 ball games. So we're first of all going to give you the starting lineup for the visitors tonight from Hiroshima. Leading off and in center field is number 9, Shogo Akiyama. Hitting second and doing the catching is number 31, Shogo Sakakura. Batting third at first base is number 7, Shota Dobayashi. In the cleanup spot and in right field is number 37, Takeyoshi Noma. Hitting fifth at third base is number 51, Kaito Kazono. Batting in the sixth spot is the shortstop, number 61, Masaya Yano. Hitting seventh in left field is number 52, Shota Sakane. Batting eighth at second base is number 33, Ryosuke Kikuchi. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is number 16, Shohei Mori. And they are going to be facing Hiroto Sakai, who takes to the hill tonight for the Tigers. He's 12-3. He has worked 148 2/3 innings. He's allowed 118 hits, 27 runs, 26 have been earned. He's walked 35 and struck out 124. And now your starting lineup for the home team, the Hanshin Tigers. Leading off and in center field is number 5, Koji Chikamoto. Hitting second is number 51, Takumo Nakano. Batting third in right field is number 1, Shota Morishita. And the cleanup spot is number 3, Yusuke Oyama. He's playing first base. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 8, Teruaki Sato. Batting in the sixth spot is the left fielder, number 32, Kota Inoue. Hitting seventh and doing the catching is Ryotaro Umeno. Batting eighth at shortstop is number 0, Seiya Kamani. And batting ninth and doing the pitching is number 35, Hiroto Sakai. And they're going to be facing, it'll be Shohei Mori taking to the hill for the Carp. It's only his third appearance of the year. He's got a 1-1 record. He's got 9 innings pitched. He's allowed 10 hits, 6 runs, 4 of which have been earned. He's walked 3 and struck out 7. Well, those are your starting lineups. It's a beautiful day in the Osaka area as the Hanshin Tigers have already taken to the field, and we are about ready to get this one underway. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight here on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. So here we go as the first pitch is ready to get ourselves going. And the thing for me tonight, at least with this, is that we are on a different feed than what we normally are. So I'm curious to see how this is going to play for us here tonight. As the pitcher Sakai is completing his warm-up tosses, we'll be ready to get this one going. If we are on a bit of a delay, that may be the case. I know from our own perspective is that when we were at the games, we would pull up the Pacific League TV. There was about a 10 to 15 second delay at the stadium when you were watching it on your phone or on your iPad, whatever your choice may be. And then add in a extra 6 or 7 second delay here with our third-party service. Who knows? It may be even a little bit more of a delay in this game here. So rare Central League action as now Saiki has completed his warm-up tosses. It'll be Akiyama, Sakakura, and Dobayashi to come to bat here in inning number 1. Akiyama batting .285 on the year, 4 homers and 26 runs batted in. As the right-hander Saiki takes to the hill. As it is a blustery day as well in the Osaka area. Good crowd on hand here today for this one. And so the first pitch of the ball game is underway It is a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Akiyama. Carp, unfortunately for them, were swept at home by the Giants. They're coming off of that series. And last night, the rains were falling like crazy at the stadium, at the Hanshin Stadium, as that fastball is taken for a called strike. And the count's 1-1 to Akiyama. Right-hander against the left-hander. Saiki kicks and he delivers. It is a fastball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 1-2. I was doing a little bit of homework on the Tigers starting pitcher, and it's the first time I've seen him this year. We saw him in the Japan series last year. And one of the stats that we saw in him when he throws his four-seam fastball, he's usually around 70% strikes in that range. And there is a split finger pitch that is waved at and missed. Akiyama's in the books. He's gone for the first step of the inning, so 1 up and 1 away. And that'll bring up the catcher, Shogo Sakakura. Well, for Sakakura, he's hitting .269 on the season. He's got 10 homers and 37 runs batted in. Batting from the left side is the catcher of the Carp. Saw him the other night. He was hitting a little further down in the lineup. They moved him into the 2 spot. As the right-hander Saiki kicks and delivers, it is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Carp and the Tigers from the Hanshin Stadium tonight. Glad you guys could stop in with us, whether you listen live or on delay. A lot of our Carp fans do listen on the delay the next day. Breaking ball misses down, and the count is 1-1. The right-hander Saiki does have a 4-pitch mix. He's got a fastball, he's got a forkball, he's got a curveball, and he's got a cutter. No real changeup in that mix here as the right-hander works himself to the set. Here comes the 1-1 to Sakakura. He kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on and is popped foul into the seats over on the third base side. The count remains at 1-2. Unique feature of the Hanshin Stadium, all dirt infield. There's no grass in this infield here. All dirt all the way around. And I think that's kind of cool because when you think about it, you're all used to the groomed surfaces, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to play in the field. Definitely a home field advantage for the Tigers defense as that fastball misses outside. It's now 2-2. You got to be really good, get the glove on the dirt surfaces as opposed to the grass or the turf. And if you're playing in Hanshin, it is definitely an advantage for the Tigers. There's a split finger pitch, or the forkball swung on and missed, and back-to-back strikeouts here to begin the game for Saiki, as that is going to retire Sakakura for the second out. That'll bring up the first baseman, Shota Dobayashi. So 2 Carp in the books here, and they have been scuffling along here at the ball club the last little bit, as we said, getting swept at home by the Giants. And they were in first place if you go back a couple of weeks ago, and they've slid all the way to third, and they're on their way to potentially sliding out of the playoff race right behind the Bay Stars, as there is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner. Count is 0-1 to Dobayashi. Dobayashi hitting .231 on the season with a homer and 17 runs driven in. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that bounces up to the plate, and the count runs even to 1-1. I had to give a little chuckle there as the home plate umpire had a little bit of a cringe there because the catcher just went to scoop the ball. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Dobayashi. So straight ahead here, Saiki is pitching, and he has started off and showing like he has pitched all year long. He has been very electric for the Tigers. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the right side, fielded deep into the 4-hole by the second baseman Nakano, and he throws to first. That's going to be a ground out 4-3 to retire Dobayashi for the third out of the inning, and that is going to do it here for the Carp. They go in order with no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're through a half inning. Your score is the Carp nothing and the Tigers coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with this Central League Friday night matchup when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. The left-hander Shohei Mori is just completing his warm-up tosses for the Carp and will be ready to get the bottom of the first going, as it will be Koji Chikamoto, Takumo Nakano, and Shota Morishita, the 1-2-3 hitters in the batting order, to come to face the left-hander. Nice crowd today at the Koshin Stadium, as it is a Saturday afternoon affair in Japan. Chikamoto, who will start it off here for the Tigers, batting .287 on the year. He's got 6 homers and 43 runs batted in. He is the fire starter at the top of the order for the Tigers. Left-handed stick is Chikamoto as he digs himself in, ready to face the left-hander Mori. And the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Chikamoto really chokes up on the bat. He can get the ball on the ground and get it in play. He has got wheels to burn. He's got 18 stolen bases this year. As the pitch is a fastball that catches the outside corner, Chikamoto had checked his swing. The home plate umpire up with the right hand, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Chikamoto. Again, the lefty Mori delivers. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to get into the seats. The count now goes to 1-2. There's quite a bit of real estate down the first and the third base lines. It's not like that the fans are right on top of you until really you get about halfway down the left field line. Then the seats cut in and takes a lot of real estate down into the left and right field corners as that fastball swung on and it's fouled off the foot of the catcher, Sakakura. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the left-handed pitcher Mori delivers again, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away. The count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. We'll be back on the airwaves again tomorrow, Pacific League action. And so far, hopefully you folks can come on and join us back for that. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the lefty delivers, it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded on 1 hop over to the shortstop. Fielded neatly by Ayano. He fires the first, and Chikamoto is going to be retired on a ground out 6-3. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Takumo Nakano. Well, for Nakano on the season, he's hitting .234. He's got a homer and 29 runs batted in. As he steps up to the plate here, hitting from the left side against the lefty Mori. A lot of left-handed hitters. We talked about this before, that in Japan, they don't really shy away from the matchups as that breaking ball misses up and in, and the count's 1-0. Nakano waiting here on the offering. It's another fastball that misses up and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Left-hander against the left-hander. Nakano again kicks and delivers. It's a fastball missing upstairs. He's now gone 3-0 to Nakano. Nakano hasn't had to lift the bat off his shoulder yet. So 3 balls and no strikes. Again, the lefty kicks and fires. There is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now 3-1 to Nakano. As we said, rare Central League action tonight. Early game here, giving it to you guys. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes 3-2 to Nakano. Thought about doing the 9 o'clock game, but really didn't get our fancy going to be able to do it. Here's the 3-2. Fastball swung on, chopped softly over to the right side. Fielded by Dobayashi. He flips it to the pitcher covering. Nice play by Mori to get over to cover. That's going to go down as a ground out 3-1 for the second out of the inning. So 2 Tigers up and 2 Tigers down, and that'll leave it up to the right fielder, Shota Morishita. And for Morishita, he's enjoying a very good sophomore year. In fact, he's picked up the pace from his rookie season, hitting .277. He's got 16 homers and 69 runs batted in. He was the top pick in the draft last year by the Tigers and was very impactful throughout the year. Solid bat. First pitch is a fastball that misses down, and the count is quickly 1-0 to Morishita. Morishita hitting from the right side against the left-handed throwing Mori as Mori kicks and fires. It's a fastball that just misses low. Oh, the home plate umpire flinched a bit. but he did not go up with the right hand. So 2-0 here to Morishita. Nothing, bottom of the first inning. We're looking for our first base runner of the game. There's a breaking ball that taken for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. Should Morishita get on, it'll be Oyama who waits his turn on deck. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, moving over toward the foul line and leaping up onto the barrier, onto the side stands, but unable to come up with it is the right fielder, Noma. There's some padding down the wall in right field, and then there's the fence line, and he literally jumped up onto the padding, but he wasn't able to come down with it as that ball did slice into the caged area around the field. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Morishita. Mori wasting no time. Back at it. Fastball swung on. Grounded to first. Dobayashi, a busy man. He flips it to the pitcher covering, and that's how they get 2 of the 3 outs here in the inning. It's a ground ball 3-1 on the putout. And that is going to do it as the Tigers go quietly and in order here in inning number 1. No runs in the inning, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. We are moving now to the top of the second inning. It is a 0-0 scoreline. We'll be back in just a few after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the batting order to come to bat for the Carp here in their half of the second inning. That means Takeyoshi Noma, Kaito Kazono, and Masaya Yano to come to bat to face the right-hander Hiroto Sakai, who is ready to begin his second inning of work. So we were saying the Carp, after getting broomed at home by the Giants, you really could use some sort of something here to stop the bleeding, as they are finding themselves on a slide out of the playoff picture. So here comes the first pitch from the righty Sakai. It is a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. The count is 0-1. 13 pitches in the first inning for the right-hander, as he had retired 2 of the 3 batters he faced via the strikeout. As the pitch is on the way, and it is a split finger pitch that misses down, and the count is 1-1. Split finger or fork, however you wish to refer to it as, pretty much the same pitch. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is, as the right-hander works himself to the set. And now he kicks and fires. It is a fork ball that is swung on and grounded foul just past the first base coach's box, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, tomorrow we'll be back on the airwaves all over again, but it'll be back to the Pacific League. So hopefully you guys can make it in with us there. If you're listening live or on delay, it'll be an earlier start tomorrow. There is a fastball swung on and missed, and Noma goes in the books. He's gone for the first out of the inning. And as we said, 3 of 4 strikeouts now here for Sakai to begin the ball game. That last pitch, the fork balls just fall right off the table. And you've got to go after it, because that pitch there would have been a called strike regardless. As Noma walks back, he tells his teammates what he saw was a lot of filth here from the right-hander. So that brings Kaito Kazono to the plate. He's hitting .283 with a couple of homers and 50 RBIs, and he takes the first pitch down and in for a ball. Count is 1-0. Kazono batting from the left side here against the righty Sakai. And one of the things that was interesting is he's doing a little homework on the Tiger pitcher. Last season, he was actually tougher on lefties than he was on righties. The fastball swung on and fouled behind, and the count is 1-1. Right-handers hit just north of 200 against the righty, whereas the left-handed batters actually hit below $180. So interesting that he was tougher on the lefties than on the righties. Here's the 1-1 pitch. As it's on its way, a fastball swung on and lifted foul, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 strikes. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, he really relies on 4 pitches. It's his four-seam fastball, his forkball, his cutter, and his curveball. As the pitch is on the way, it is a fastball that's spiked up to the plate. The count now goes to 2-2 on Kazono. Always one of the concerns is if the forkball isn't forking, you've got a bit of a problem when you are pitching to the hitters. If it stays up in the zone, balls can get whacked around. I think of Kenta Maeda, the Detroit Tigers, and Hideo Nomo when he first came over from Japan. When the forkball is electric, it is something special. But if it is not doing what it should be doing and it leaves it up in the zone, they can absolutely get tattooed. There's a fastball swung on, and that is lifted foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. A lot of the pitchers in North America, or a lot of the big league organizations, have stayed away from the split finger pitch or the forkball, so to speak, at least in promoting the usage of it. There's a fastball that is lifted down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats, and the count remains at 2-2. I think of Kevin Gausman of the Toronto Blue Jays. He's got one of the nastiest split finger pitches or forkballs in all of baseball. But one of the things that is a concern is the forearm and the tendons. When you spread your fingers out as wide as you do, the pressure that it puts onto the forearm and to the elbow area. As the 2-2 is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It is lined into center field. He started in a bit, did Chikamoto, but then he just slid over to his right and backed up a bit, and he made the catch. And that is going to retire Kazono for the second out of the inning. And 2 gone, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Masaya Yano. Well, for Yano, he's hitting .242 on the year, a couple of homers and 31 RBIs. He had himself a couple of knocks. The other night reached base 3 times in the game that we called against the Giants. He was all over the base paths, but he was also hitting a little further up in the batting order the other night. Here they've got him down in the 6 hole. There's the first pitch from Psyche. It is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is quickly 0-1. We're talking about the use of the split finger pitch. Another thing that also may play a role is that the baseballs in Japan are slightly smaller. There's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count is 1-1. Just a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller. And they figure, or they feel, that that could also make an impact on the pitchers who are throwing balls, especially in North America. So 1 strike it is to the left-handed hitting Yano. Here comes the offering. Pitch on the way. It is a fastball swung on and fouled away. 1 strikes it is. We may have missed a pitch, or we may have skipped ahead a little bit there. Sometimes that happens in our stream, especially when we do the Central League. So 1 strikes it is. One of our members has pointed out to us that the Amazon Prime is something that will carry the games if you have a VPN. As that split finger misses down, the count goes to 2-2. If you have yourself a VPN, if you are in North America, it might be able to allow you to be able to pick up the games. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, another one lifted foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. But if you don't have it, you're not able to get the Amazon Prime in Japan. It'll block you out. So 2 strikes to Yano as he hits here from the left side. Slightly open stance against the right-hander Sakai, who kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch. It misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2. Each team looking for their first base runner here tonight. And it's the first time that Saiki has gone to a full count on any of the Carp hitters. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Saiki kicks and delivers. It is a split finger pitch, swung on and missed. That pitch, he got lucky. Saiki smiling as he walks off the mound. As he is heading back, he is all smiles. Yano, on the other hand, not so much, as he was fooled by that pitch. And that will do it here. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left the board for the Carp in the second inning. We are now through 1.5. Your score is the Carp nothing, the Tigers nothing. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us here tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We got a 0-0 scoreline as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the heart of the batting order to come to bat for the Tigers in their half of the first inning. That means Yusuke Oyama, Teruki Sato, and Kota Inoue to face the left-hander Shohei Mori, who comes on for his second inning of work. I have to say, this game here has gone off to a fast start. The game that we did last night, oh boy, that was one bizarre Friday the 13th, 8th inning. There's a fastball swung on. It is taken on one hop by the third baseman, Kazano. And with one pitch, Oyama is in the books. That's going to go down as a ground out 5-3 for the first out of the inning. Hit the ball right on the screws. Nice play by the third baseman, ranging to his left. Takes that ball off of the one hop and able to retire Oyama for the first out of the inning. So one gone here, and that brings Teruaki Sato to the plate. Sato hitting .262, 13 homers and 63 RBIs. And considering at one point earlier this year, he got sent down to the farm team. He had a stretch where he didn't have a hit in a whole pile of at-bats. There's a first pitch fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1. Sato, I will say, though, I was looking at his numbers. When he first came in as a rookie a few years ago, he struck out almost 175 times. There's a breaking ball that is taken for a called strike. Count is now 0-2. He has cut down on his strikeouts, and I would say he's probably on pace for about 130, which is where he has been the last couple of seasons. But I'm not sure after 1,800 and some odd at-bats that he's going to be able to make any further adjustments, as that breaking ball misses down and away, and the count is 1-2 to Sato. As we said, good crowd at the Koshin, lots of sun all the way around. If you better bring your sunscreen for this one. Fastball that just misses outside. Oh, Mori wanted the pitch, but he didn't get it. That runs the count now even at 2-2. I can understand why. We got the overhead view of that. That was a good couple inches off the plate. Good call by the home plate umpire. Nice frame job by the catcher, Sakakura. As the 2-2 is on the way, it's a fastball that backs Sato off of the plate, and now their count runs full to 3-2. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Also kind of curious to see what kind of leash they're going to have on Mori tonight. How long they're going to let him go for. Here's the 3-2. It is a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats down the third baseline. The count remains at 3-2. Our friend Ken in the house tonight. We welcome you. Appreciate you for jumping in with us as he is listening from the land of the rising sun. It is a different set for us. We are calling another Central League game here tonight. And that is, of course, willing that the program that we have here is going to be able to keep up with us We have sometimes little pauses and delays in the stream as we are experiencing one straight away right now. The feed that we have, hopefully it's a reliable one. Always been the challenge when you're calling the Central League games is to make sure you get a good solid feed. But it's 3 balls and 2 strikes that we have here to Sato as we wait for our stream to get back on track. And as that happens, we'll have to give you guys some other information as we move along. In the bottom of the second inning, as we said here, you've got Sato has gone down on strikes. He's out for out number 2 of the inning. And we'll have to just keep that up to breast with you here as it's going to be Kota Inoue who comes to the plate hitting 220 with a couple of homers and 5 RBIs. And once that comes back in, then we'll be able to get back on track again here. Our friend Troy in the house, he says, what's going on? And well, what's going on is the Tigers just missed a no-hitter tonight by 1 at bat. Our friend God is Great says he's doing volunteer work at the hospital for kids with the cancer, so I'll let them listen, and he will listen in later. Well, it's appreciative for you to be popping in to listen to us as well, Ken. And we think that is much appreciated for you to be able to stop in and let them be able to do that. I had a buddy of mine was at the game tonight in Detroit, and as I say, we've just lost our feed here a little bit. So until we can get our feed back, it looks like that we do have it back. And that is going to be the end of the inning as the Tigers are done in their half. As it looks like Inoue has struck out as well. So strikeouts, back-to-back strikeouts here by Maury has ended the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. We're now through 2 complete. Your score is the Carp nothing and the Tigers nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. The top of the third is just around the corner. And our friend Troy is in here with us. He said he wanted the perfect game, but he'll take the win, and the win is just as important. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back in just a moment, and we'll carry on with the chat in the chat after this. We've got a 0-0 scoreline as we're moving to the top of the third. Hang with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few right after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is Shota Sakene at the plate. He's already taken ball 1 outside from Saiki. And the pitch on the way is a fastball that also misses outside. The count is 2-0. Sakene batting .251, 9 homers and 33 runs driven in. As he bats here on the right side against the right-hander. And the pitch is on the way. Here comes the offering. It's a fastball swung on. It is lifted into straightaway center field. Moving back underneath it is Chikamoto, and he's there to make the catch. Sakene is going to be retired for the first out of the inning, and that'll bring up the second baseman, Ryosuke Kikuchi. 7 up and 7 down here for the Carp so far here in this one, as the starter Saiki's been pretty good. Our friend Troy said he wants to see a no-hitter in person at least once in his lifetime. I was pretty close. A few years ago, I saw the Mariners and the Marlins playing. That was when Christian Yelich was still with the Marlins. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Kikuchi. Kikuchi hitting .231, 8 homers and 30 runs driven in for the Carp second baseman. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count's 1-1. I believe it was Chi-Min Wong, the Taiwanese left-hander. I believe he was left-hander. Was on the hill for the Marlins, and he went 8 innings. There was a fastball swung on, and this ball is going to get down for a base hit. That's going to be the first base runner of the ball game, as the Carp have got Kikuchi aboard with a 1-out single. That is going to bring up the pitcher, Shohei Mori, to the plate. I was starting to say about what had happened is Wong had taken a no-hitter through 8, and then they relieved him in the 9th inning. And it was Kyle Barraclough who had come in, and he'd got the first out. And then he allowed a Mariner to reach base, and that broke up the no-hitter in the 9th inning. And that was really, really disappointing. Get that opportunity to possibly see a no-no. Well, Shohei Mori already squaring to bunt. On the season, he is 1 for 2 as he waits on the pitch from Psyche, and it is a breaking ball taken for a called strike. He squared to bunt but pulled back. 0-1 here to the Carp pitcher. Got to keep an eye on Kikuchi. He used to be able to run a bit more. He's only got 1 stolen base this year. But the crafty veteran knows how to get around the base paths. So here comes the 0-1 offering. As the right-hander works himself set, now delivers. That ball is bunted. It's popped up over on the third base side in foul territory, and Sato raced in, and he slid, but he wasn't able to make the catch as that ball ended up getting down in foul territory, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Mori. So no balls and 2 strikes. Mori to be followed by the top of the order in Shogo Akiyama. Certainly trying to get him over to scoring position. I'm curious to see if they're going to keep the bunt on here, even with 2 strikes. And that looks like exactly what they're going to do. Still squaring to bunt here is Mori. He's got a job to get done. Here's the pitch. And it's up in the zone. It is fielded by Sato. He takes a look at second, but ends up going to first. That's going to be a sacrifice. It'll be 5-4 on the putout. Mori's going to be gone for the second out of the inning. Advancing into scoring position is Kikuchi, and it'll bring the top of the order of Shogo Akiyama to the plate. And for Akiyama, he is 0 for 1 tonight. He has struck out against the starter of the Tigers, as the Tiger pitcher Psyche has 4 strikeouts here already in the first 2 2/3 innings of the game. Akiyama, as we said, entered the fray tonight hitting .285. That's slipped a little bit. He's got the 4 homers and 26 runs batted in. Never was able to get himself on track in Major League Baseball. He had spent time, got a 3-year deal with the Cincinnati Reds, and he ended up getting released. His hamstrings were an issue. Could stay healthy in North America. There's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into straightaway center field. Drifting back to his right, and underneath it to make the catch is Chikamoto. And that is going to do it, as Akiyama is going to be gone for out number 3. And that'll do it here for the Carp in their half of the 3rd inning. Well, we saw our first base runner as Kikuchi had a hit, but he was stranded. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Your score is the Carp nothing and the Tigers nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom third of the batting order to come to bat for the Tigers. That means Zimeno, Kamani, and it's Psyche to hit here in the last half of inning number 3. It has been a base runners at a premium. And I think about last night's ball game. We were calling that game between the Buffaloes and the Hawks, and the 8th inning had to be one of the most weird innings we've ever seen, as the Buffaloes had gone through 5 pitchers in the inning. They'd taken their starter out after 7, and then after the first pitcher of the 8th inning had given up a hit and then retired a batter on a sacrifice bunt, the next 2 pitchers that came down had to leave with injuries after facing just one batter. Then they brought in another pitcher who was an absolute gas can and lit everything on fire. They had to go and get him as well. So through injuries and pitching changes, I calculated that inning was approximately 45 minutes, just a half inning, the top of the 8th. But not tonight so far. We've been skipping along here at a pretty good clip. The first pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Ameno. Ameno hitting .214 on the year, no homers and 11 RBIs. As the left-hander Mori kicks and delivers, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count's now even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-hander against the right-hander. Mori gets his sign, and he works quickly back to the action, and it's a fastball swung on. It is lifted down the right field line. That ball is going to slice into the seats as the right fielder Noma had run out of real estate. The count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Ameno. Getting the start behind the plate. He's got a very open stance here against the lefty, and the pitch is swung on. This ball is lined into right field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Over to field it in the corner is Noma, and that's going to hold Ameno to a long single, as he's got himself the first hit here from the Tigers. So interestingly enough, it's been the bottom third of the batting order for both teams that have provided the first hit for either club tonight. So we've got runner at first with nobody out. It's going to bring Seiya Kamani to the plate. That's why I'm curious here to see if they're going to try to nickel and dime their way around. Kamani on the season hitting .212, a homer and 32 RBIs. Really, the bottom 4 in the batting order for the Tigers, not so hot. They are squaring to bunt already as they throw over to first base, and getting back in time easily is Ameno on the token toss by Mori. Again, already squaring to bunt. Showing bunt is Kamani, the shortstop, and the pitch is delivered. It's down. It's a good one. And Mori has a trouble fielding it. He does able to pick it up and then fire to first. That's going to go down as a sacrifice, 1-3 on the putout. It advances Ameno into scoring position, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Hiroto Sakai. Or Psyche. I'm not sure if they would say Sakai or Psyche in this case. For Psyche on the season, he is 3 for 37. That means he's batting .081. He's got no homers and 1 run driven in. He bats from the right side against his counterpart, who is throwing from the left side. So Mori leans in, gets that sign from Sakakura, but now he steps off the backside of the rubber, and they're going to cycle through the signage again. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses inside, and the count now is 1-0 to Psyche. This game is over. We'll give you a full roundup around the NPB, but we have lots of action here tonight, as it is a full slate of games across the NPB. There's a fastball swung on. It is lifted foul into the seats behind home plate, and the count now is 1-1. Other game that we're interested in keeping an eye on in particular is the game between the Bay Stars and the Dragons. There's 2 other games that are going on right now, and then 3 others that will go off later this evening or in the middle of the night. As the lefty holds set, Mori checks the runner, now delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped over towards second base. Fielded on a couple of hops by the second baseman Kikuchi, and he throws out Psyche running to first. It's a ground out, 4-3. Goes into the books for the second out of the inning. Advancing over to third is Yameno. And that is going to bring up the center fielder, Koji Chikamoto. Bay Stars leading the Dragons 2-1. That's in the top of the third inning. That is in Yokohama. Bay Stars, as we said, entering the fray tonight, 5 back, 1 back of the Carp. And, of course, the Tigers are sitting in second place. The Eagles are leading the Fighters 4-1. That's in the top of the sixth inning, as that is being played in Tohoku. So the Eagles mathematically still have their sights set on the Marines. And that is a bit of a chore for them to have to get back into it. There's a first pitch fastball delivered to Chikamoto. It catches the inside corner. Count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Chikamoto waiting here on the offering as the lefty Mori kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. We put our schedule up for the next couple of days, as we will be giving some more games during the week. So if you happen to be around and want to jump in, feel free to find your way into the channel. As the lefty holds himself to the set position, here comes the offering. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded by the shortstop Yano. He throws to first, and Chikamoto is going to be retired on a ground out, 6-3. He goes in the books for out number 3, and that is going to do it here for the Tigers in their half of the third. A third of the game is in the books. We had no runs, there was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. Now moving to the top of the fourth inning, we are where we started. It is 0-0. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming to bat for the Carp. It'll be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. That means Sakakura, Dobayashi, and Noma to face the right-hander Psyche. 42 pitches for the right-hander through his first 3 innings of work as he has cruised right along here. And we are watching this one here sail right on by. Both pitchers have been around the zone, and they have kept, for the most part, the runners off the base paths. Each team now has 1 hit to their name. It was elected down in the bottom third of the batting order. It was the 8-hole hitter Kikuchi for the Carp, 7-hole hitter Imeno for the Tigers to open up the hit account for these ball clubs. I have a feeling here it's going to be a tight one here tonight, as it is in the standings. As the right-hander ready to go, he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. This ball is lined over the head of the first baseman, and it's a fair ball into the corner. Rounding first and heading to second is Sakakura, and he's going to stand up with a double. So that is a leadoff double here for Sakakura in inning number 4, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Shota Dobayashi. Interesting tonight. We have normally our Friday night crowds are pretty decent. Not sure where everybody is tonight, but I was curious to see if there was actually a UFC fight. I thought tomorrow night there was going to be the UFC, and I didn't know if there was anything that may preclude that. Usually that is a late arriving audience for us. So certainly the mixed martial arts schedule and everything else, depending upon how that shapes up, often dictates that. And here comes, and I know that there is a event that's going on at 9:30 a.m., but I think that's tomorrow morning, as it is the London series. And then another event tomorrow night. So two pay-per-view events. Squaring the bunt here is Dobayashi. And the pitch on the way, and it is a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the Prince of Hiroshima. We talked about that the other night. He is very popular amongst the Carp faithful. Married a television presenter, good-looking lady, I understand. And everything that he touches just can't seem to go wrong in the life of Shota Dobayashi, which is good for him. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander kicks and delivers. It is bunted. It's down the first baseline, but it just rolls foul. And the count now is even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As we said, we're looking at the MMA type of schedule. And as we said, it's a morning North American time, as it'll go off at Wembley Stadium, 9:30 a.m. if you are here in North America on the West Coast, 12:30 p.m. if you are on the East Coast. By all accounts, here's the pitch. It is a fastball bunted. It's down. This one's better. Up the first baseline, fielded by the first baseman Oyama. And he throws it to the second baseman Nakano, covering. That's going to go down as a sacrifice. 3-4 on the putout. Dobayashi is gone for the first out of the inning. Advancing over to third is Sakakura. We'll see how the Tigers play this one out, if they're going to bring the infield in. If they think that it's going to be a close 1-run ball game, I would assume that's probably what they're going to do in this situation. As that is going to bring the right fielder Takeyoshi Noma to the plate. Noma tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out in his only appearance. As he steps up to the plate here. Noma hitting .271, homer, and 25 runs batted in. The crowd for the Carp, they are in good form. The traveling supporters section cheering their heroes on as the first pitch fastball catches the inside corner for a called strike. Count is 0-1. I have to say about the Carp fans, they do travel well right across the country. We got the overhead view of that last pitch, and I have to say that Noma might feel hard done by. That pitch looked like it was well off the inside corner, but that's what you get when you're playing on the road, a little home cooking. As the 0-1 is on the way, and as the breaking ball swung on, it is popped up into shallow center field. Moving in on it is Chikamoto. Tagging at third is Sakakura. Here comes the throw, but it's going to get cut off by the shortstop. And Noma is going to get himself an RBI. It's a sacrifice to the center fielder. He gets an RBI. Sakakura comes in and crosses the plate, and the Carp are on the board with the first run of the ball game. 1-0 here for Hiroshima. And that is going to leave it all up to the third baseman, Kaito Kazono. I have to say, I think that ball traveled a little further off the bat than I would have given Noma credit for. And certainly the center fielder, Chikamoto, drifting over to make the catch. He was moving to his glove side. It was a little bit difficult as he had to throw across his body back to the infield. Here comes the first pitch. Breaking ball misses outside, and the count is 1-0 to Kazono. Kazono 0 for 1 tonight. He flew out to center field his first time up. Chikamoto has been busy tonight, as he has already 4 putouts here in the first 3+ innings. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike to Kazono. Right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball just misses outside, and the count is now 2-1. So unless the camera angle is a little different, that pitch sure looked like it was decent. The home plate umpire giving nothing here to the right-hander Psyche. Here's the breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving back in front of the warning track, and there to make the catch is the right fielder Morishita. And that is going to do it here as Kazono is gone for the third out of the inning. But the Carp get a run in the fourth inning as they open the scoring. There was one run in the inning on the benefit of one hit. There was no errors and nobody left the board. We're moving to the bottom of the fourth inning. Your score is the Carp 1 and the Tigers no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll see you in just a few.
This is Steve Rademacher, and I'd like to introduce you to my channel if you haven't seen it before. These are all the things I enjoy: sports, autographs, relics, non-sports Hall of Famers, pseudo-sports, Star Wars. That's my channel name and my name, and I would really appreciate it if you would come check me out and maybe even subscribe if you like it. Thank you for that for now, and back to your ball game.
Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the last half of the fourth inning, and coming to bat for the Tigers will be the 2, 3, and 4 hitters. Nakano, Morishita, and Oyama to face the lefty Shohei Mori, who has pitched to one batter over the minimum so far through the first 3 innings. He has been able to keep the Tigers off balance. And it is a 1-run lead here for the Carp as they scored themselves in the top of inning number 4. So stepping up to bat here is Nakano. He is officially 0 for 1. He grounded to first base his first time up, and the first pitch on the way is a fastball taken at the knees for called strike. The count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Now, the 10 batters that Maury's faced, he's had to go full count twice to them. As there is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be slapped through the 6-hole into left field, past the glove of Kazono, and Nakano is aboard with a leadoff single here, as both of these ball clubs have traded punches here in the fourth inning. The leadoff hitters got on for the Carp and now for the Tigers. That'll bring up the right fielder Shota Morishita. Unlike the Carp, I would think that Morishita is not going to be in a bunt situation. He is going to swing the bat. You never know in Japan, but certainly the way that Morishita does swing the bat, the likelihood of him bunting probably becomes a bit on the small side. He is there to produce some runs as he has driven in 69 this year. He does have 16 homers. Go with those 69 RBIs. And the first pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Left-hander against the right-hander. As the lefty leans in and he gets his sign. And here comes the 0-1 offering. And they pound him inside, and the home plate umpire said he did go around. That's going to run the count now to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Pitch looked more like a cutter than anything else. Get a look at that one there. Came in under the hands of the hitter, and then he couldn't hold up because it looked like it ran inside. So no balls and 2 strikes to Morishita. And here comes the 0-2 pitch as the lefty holds set, now delivers. Fastball just misses outside. Count goes now to 1-2. Waiting on deck is Oyama, the first baseman. Tigers batting here in their half of inning number 4, trailing 1-0 to the Carp. As the lefty works to the set. Instead, he throws over to first base, and getting back easily in time is Nakano. Got to keep your eye on him. Nakano has 6 stolen bases on the year. He can run a little bit, but the Tigers really aren't a base running team outside of Chikamoto, who's in the lineup tonight, who's got 18. As the 1-2 pitch is ready to come here. As Mori delivers, there's a fastball swung on. This ball is belted foul down the left field line. Oh, boy. Morishita was not fooled on that one. He absolutely turned on it. Kept his hands inside really well and was able to get the barrel head through the zone. But not able to keep it straight enough to be fair. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is to Morishita. Good pace to this game here. We are a full hour into the game, and we're almost 4 full innings complete. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. Count 2-2 to Morishita. I guess we're 3.5 in the books because there's nobody out right now. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to the right fielder of the Hanshin Tigers. As the lefty Mori holds to the set. And instead he fires over to first base, and getting back in time easily is the base runner Nakano. They are concerned about Nakano. As we said, he's only got 6 stolen bases, but in his past, he's been able to run a little bit. Pretty athletic second baseman for the Tigers. As Mori ready to go. He kicks and delivers. There is a breaking ball. Waved at and missed. Morishita goes into the books for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Yusuke Oyama. Just going back to Nakano a little bit, the second baseman of the Tigers. 6 stolen bases this year in his 4 years in the NPB. This is his worst year on the base paths. He stole 30 bases his rookie year in 2021, 23 in 2022. Last year, he stole 20. So every year has been a bit of a progressive decline for the 28-year-old. As the first pitch on the way to Oyama misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Left-hander Mori now at the 50 pitch mark as he works himself set to the belt. Here's the offering. Fastball swung on. It's going to be lifted foul into the seats on the first base side. Home plate, and the count now runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. As we said, a beautiful day in Osaka. There is cloud in the sky. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed hitting Oyama as the lefty ready to deliver. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball waved at and missed. Count now goes to 1-2. It is Carp and Tigers here tonight. As we said, rare occasion that we do one of these games. Other game that is going on, or games that are going on, we'll keep you updated on those as well. As there's only the other game here in the Central. And then the other game is off in the Pacific as that breaking ball misses down. It's now 2-2 to Oyama. Dragons have tied the game up against the Bay Stars. That's good news for both of these teams if you're liking both of these clubs. Bay Stars and the Dragons tied at 2. That's in the top of the 4th inning. And in the bottom of the 6th inning, it is a 7-3 lead for the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles over their cousins from Hokkaido. There's a fastball that misses outside. It's now 3-2 to Oyama. That game is in the top of the 6th inning at Rakuten Mobile Stadium Miyagi in Tohoku. So here comes the 3-2 pitch as the lefty gets his sign from his catcher and he works himself to the belt. And here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. There goes the runner off to second. The throw down is in time, and it's going to be a strike him out, throw him out. It's a double play here So that is going to be the third out of the inning as Nakano goes down, caught stealing. That's going to be 2-6 in the books. He is finished at second base, and it's an unconventional 1-2-3 for the Tigers here in their half of the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 4 complete. Your score is the Carp 1, the Tigers no score. Stick around, everybody. The top of the 5th inning, just around the corner when we come back. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Hold tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this.
Hello, guys. Thank you for joining Freddie here on his baseball game. And I'm Steve Rademacher, and my channel is really all about everybody, including all my international friends. We have such stuff as non-sport packs from Canada, the OP Cheese. We have the Greek Freak. We have money from around the world. We have lira. We have yen. We have francs. We have pounds. We have Deutschmarks. We have all kinds of cool stuff like that. We even have some cooler things like Japanese women wrestlers and OP-Chi baseball cards where I cannot read the back. We even have unopened material like the royal family, I know it's backwards, from London, England. Thank you for watching. Back to Freddie.
Appreciate you there, Steve. The first pitch breaking ball to Yano was taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. As the right-hander Psyche back to work here, he kicks and he delivers. It's a fastball swung on, grounded over to second. Nakano fields it, he throws to first, and Yano is retired on a groundout 4-3. So 1 up and 1 away. That'll bring up the left fielder Shota Sekine. Well, for Sekine, he is officially 0-1 tonight. He has flown to center field his first time up. I'm sure the pace of this game is not happy or does not make the teams happy, as the beer sales will probably be a little bit on the lesser side. The beer girls are up and running around. Here comes the first pitch to the right-handed hitting Sekine, and he swings through a breaking ball, and the count is 0-1. Sekine tonight 0-1. He flew to center field his first time up as the right-hander kicks and he delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on it. It's popped foul into these seats behind home plate. The count now goes to 0-2. I have to say there's a lot of real estate at this park from home plate back to the stands, and then certainly down just past the first and third bases and the coach's box. Then it does jut out close to the field when you get down into the corners, that last maybe 60 feet from the wall. As that breaking ball misses, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Sekine. Right-hander kicks and he delivers. Slow breaking ball swung on it, is lifted into deep right field, but coming in and underneath it is the right fielder Morishita, and he's there to make the catch. And Sekine is gone for the second out of the inning. 2 up and 2 away, and that's going to leave it up to the second baseman, Ryosuke Kikuchi. And we are getting into the dog days of the regular season. When you think about it, we're a little less than a month away from the playoffs to get going. I think most of these people, or most of the fans, can't wait for the playoffs to begin. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Carp have 2 hits tonight, and the Tigers also have 2 hits, but there is only 1 run been scored so far. Fastball swung on and grounded through the 6 hole into left field, and Ruski Kikuchi has his second hit of the night as he's got himself a 2-out single. And that is going to bring up the pitcher, Shohei Mori. Often, sometimes I'm mixed whether it be you get an opportunity to face the pitcher. Do you pitch to Kikuchi with 2 out? Sometimes I don't have the answer for that either. If I'd rather face the pitcher for the 3rd out or rather try to get that hitter out so you get the pitcher coming up to bat to lead off the next inning. So here comes Mori to the plate, and the first pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. As we mentioned, Mori on the season is only 1 for 2. He had to sacrifice his first time up, so no official at bat, just the plate appearance. As the right-hander works himself to the chest, here comes the 0-1. Pitch on the way, fastball that's down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Mori bats also from the left side as he does throw from the left side. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the Carp pitcher. As Psyche works himself to the set position. I can say this, Mori looks like a hitter at the plate. Fastball swung on, but it's just grounded back to the pitcher. Fielded neatly by Psyche. He runs to first and underhand flips it. And that is going to retire Mori on a ground out 1-3 for the 3rd out of the inning. And that'll do it here for the Carp in inning number 3. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors. And there was 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. Your score is the Carp 1, the Tigers no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few with all the action right after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Appreciate you there, Matt, and the support you give to our channel. In turn, we support Matt Hollis. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here now for the Tigers, as it will be Sato, Inoue, and Umeno to face the lefty Mori here. This was the point in the game where we lost our feed for a little bit early on, as Sato, we saw his strikeout, but it was Inoue who we missed. And that was the last 2 hitters of the 2nd inning. So it'll be interesting to see. I was talking a little bit about Sato and how he had struck out, cut down on his strikeouts. He struck out over 170 times his rookie year, on pace for probably about 130 this year, much like he was the last couple. I'd be curious to see if he could take his game to another level and cut down on it a little bit more, but maintaining and increasing his power. When you look at him, he looks like a ball player, fills out the uniform. Definitely looks like a prospect who could play in Major League Baseball. And then you watch some of his, not just his swings, but sometimes some of his approach to the plate. He goes on streaks where he gets ice cold. And as we mentioned earlier, he got sent down earlier this year to the farm team to have to sort himself out. He had some crazy stretch where he had like 30 at-bats without getting himself a hit. Like he was taking the page from the Justin Bohr page. And Justin Bohr, of course, was a Hanshin Tiger a few years ago as he'd come across, played with the Angels and the Marlins. I also believe with the Phillies, too. It was a lot of strikeouts in his game. So here we go. Here comes the first offering to Sato. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. It was fry panned by Sakakura. Usually the home plate umpires will make the catchers catch the ball. But no balls and one strike it is to Sato. Left-hander against the left-hander. Mori delivers. It's a breaking ball that bounces up to the plate. Count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Again, Mori delivers. Fastball swung on. This is lifted foul down the left field line. It's going to slice over the netting and into the seats. Runs the count to 1-2 on Sato. As we mentioned, we'll be back on the airwaves tomorrow. It'll be the Fighters and the Golden Eagles. We'll give you that one. As we said, playoff implications for the Eagles. There's a fastball swung on. Nice piece of hitting there by Sato as he goes the other way. It's going to be a single into left field. That'll bring up the left fielder, Kuta Inoue. And for Inoue, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He struck out his first time up. As we said, we missed that one. We had a little bit of a technical glitch. So he bats here with the runner at first. Inoue does have some pop in the stick. He's got a couple of homers this year to go with 5 runs batted in and limited at bats. And here comes the first pitch. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Average has slipped to 214. It's only got 41 at bats. It does Inoue. As he's hitting here from the right side, he's got himself a wide stance. He holds his hands up just above his ears. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded over to third. They go to second for 1, and that's going to be it. It's going to be a fielder's choice. So Sato erased for the first out of the inning. It's going to go in the books as 5-4 on the fielder's choice. Inoue is going to be safe at first. I don't know if it was the throw from the third baseman or the fact that the second baseman, Kikuchi, couldn't get it out of his glove, or if it was that Inoue just got down the line fast enough that it really didn't have a chance. But regardless, they do get an out here, and that is going to bring up the catcher, Ryutaro Umeno. Umeno had a single his first time up. He's raised his season average to 217. The first pitch on the way is a fastball, misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. He's got no homers and 11 runs batted in this year. And one would have to think that you're just going to have to go out and attack him right here, right now. Make him be a hitter. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. On the way, breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Lefty again leaning in and getting his signs as he works himself to the set position. And now here comes the pitch. Breaking ball that misses up, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Umeno. Three games will go off later tonight, but we're not going to stick around for those, unfortunately. We got some other things we got to take care of tomorrow. We'd like to be on that call for a couple of those ones. Here's the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. There goes the runner. The throw down to second base in time, and that is going to retire Inoue. That's going to be caught stealing 2-6. I have to say, Kikuchi had to come a long way Yano had to come a long way to get there. The throw was going right to the bag, and it was like he was nowhere to be seen. And then they were able to get it and apply the tag. As Yano puts the tag on the runner there for the second out of the inning. We saw that in the last inning was a strike him out, throw him out double play to end the inning. And there is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-2 on Umeno. This time the Tigers put their runner in motion a little bit earlier, as it's 3-2 here. Lefty Mori works himself to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. It is a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to the second baseman, Kikuchi. He fields it. He throws to first, and Amano is going to be retired on a ground out 4-3. So the Tigers go quietly again here in their half of the fifth. It is what we like to call the Japanese halftime. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left aboard. We're now through 5 complete. Your score is the Carp won, the Tigers no score. Everybody, we're going to put the music on loop. We're going to go and take a little mini break, and we'll be back in a bit here to give you all the action after this. Hang tight, everybody. It's a snack time and a refreshment of our drink. Welcome back, everybody. It is a 1-0 scoreline as the Carp have the lead here. It was a 1-run in the 4th inning. Shogo Sakakura led off with a double. He was sacrificed, bunted over to third by Shota Dobayashi, and a sacrifice fly by Takeyoshi Noma opened the scoring, and that is where we are at right now. 1-0, the Carp have the lead. Tigers really haven't threatened. They've actually had themselves erased a couple of times in double plays, and that has been able to help the cause here for the Carp defensively tonight. Both the pitchers here have been very effective. Psyche has kept the Carp off balance, as he has retired 4 batters via the strikeout in the 5 innings tonight. And Maury has been particularly effective, as he has gone 5 shutout innings against the Tigers here. Well, that is where we stand. What we like to call our Japanese halftime is almost come to an end, as they are watering the field, and we'll be right back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for hanging here with us tonight. We'll give you this little musical timeout, and then we'll be back with all the action in just a few. Appreciate you for being here with us on the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is still the watering crew just finishing off, getting the diamond ready to go. As we mentioned before, the Cochin Stadium, it's an all-dirt infield. They're just going to re-chalk the batter's box, and we'll be ready to rock and roll here in just a couple. But we'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for being here. Whether you listen live or on delay, it's great to have you with us. Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be coming to bat for the Carp, the top of the order when we resume the action. That'll mean Akiyama, Sakakura, and Dobayashi, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters. As we said, they are just finishing off the touches here, as we'll be ready to resume the action in just a couple of moments. The sun is out, and it is a mostly clear sky now. There is some cloud in the area, but it is a beautiful day just out the side of Osaka for this one here tonight. It is, we mentioned it was only run of the ball game was a double by Sakakura. He was sacrificed to second by Dobayashi and sacrificed home by Noma. It has been a beautiful pitching performance by both teams. That is the only blemish right now for the starter Psyche. Also, too, as we're moving on into the afternoon, it is about 3:30 Japan time, and the clouds and the shadows are going to start to play a part in this, I would think, here in a little bit, because the shadow of the grandstand is now starting to creep up onto the infield side. And if that is where it is, sometimes that gets to be where it's a tough hitter's, I guess, park, as I always say it, especially if the pitcher is throwing from the sun and the hitter's in the shade. It'll be a good 15, 20 minutes where it can be a bit of a problem for the hitters offensively. So Psyche on the hill here as he's completing his warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to resume the action in just a couple moments. As we look at the out-of-town scoreboard, there is 2 other games that are going on across the NPB tonight. The other games are later starts. The game that is going on in Yokohama, the Dragons have tied it up against the Bay Stars. It's 2-2 in the top of the 5th. And it is a 7-4 game in the top of the 8th inning as the Golden Eagles are leading the Fighters. That is at the Rakuten Mobile Park Miyagi in Tohoku. 7-4 for the Golden Eagles in that one. We talked a little bit earlier on tonight about the standings and how the Tigers are 3 games back of the Giants, with the Carp 4 back, and breathing down their neck are the Bay Stars at 5 back of the Giants. It is a 4-horse race to get to the playoffs. So the outcomes in this one here will flip-flop each other or potentially tie each other, actually, as the Carp would tie the Dragons. Sorry, the Carp would tie the Tigers. And the Bay Stars have to win to keep pace. So here we go as we're ready to go back to the action. As the right-hander Sankey kicks and delivers, it is a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Akiyama going the other way, and he's got himself a leadoff single here to start the 6th inning. That is going to bring up the catcher, Shogo Sakakura. Well, I don't know about in this situation. In other years, you would have to say Akiyama definitely a threat to steal bases, but he's only got 5 this year. He is getting a little bit long in the tooth. So we'll have to keep our eye here to see if they're going to choose to try to steal him over. Sakakura is in a bunt situation. They give him a couple of cracks to try to bring him home to extend the lead. I'm not sure what is in the mind of the Carp manager at this point. So we'll have to see how they play this one out. Akiyama gets his lead over at first. There's a bit of a tough track to run on as well. I would assume the running on the dirt would be slower potentially here, as it is then running on the turf, and there's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Sakakura has a double and a strikeout today, and he did come around to score the only run of the ball game. That has given the Carp the 1-0 lead. Right-hander leans in, gets the sign from his catcher, Ameno, and he works himself to the set position. Here comes the 0-1. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on, grounded into the 4-hole, past the diving second baseman, Nakano. Throwing on the brakes and stopping at second will be Akiyama. So station-to-station baseball. Sakakura is safe at first. Back-to-back singles here for the Carp. Got something brewing, and that's going to bring up Shota Dobiashi to the plate. And I would have to say that the whole park has got to know that Dobiashi is going to be bunting here in this situation. He did it the last time when he had Sakakura at second base. Now he's got runners at first and second. I would think that that is going to be what will be on the table for him to execute. Dobiashi today is 0 for 1 officially. He also has that sacrifice bunt. So right now the defense for the Tigers, they are in at the corners, and yeah, they're already squaring the bunt. The second baseman, Nakano, cheating toward the bag at first, and the pitcher, Psyche, does the old inside spaghetti move. They do that for the purpose of reading the hands of the hitters, but also, too, in situations like this, if he's preset, they want to see if he is going to be able to square around a bunt or not, or at least pull back, maybe to slash. So here we go. Here comes the offering to Dobiashi, already squaring the bunt. As Sankey sets up and delivers, it's a fastball that catches the outside corner. They throw down to second base. Oh, a bang-bang play. They almost got Akiyama as they tried to backdoor him, getting a little too far off the bag. We'll look to see if they're going to go to VAR on that one, but I think he was able to get back on time. Up with the right hand with the home plate umpire, so it's a strike to Dobiashi. Oh, boy, I think I might want to challenge, or might have wanted to challenge that one. At least worth a look anyways in this situation if you were the Tigers, but no, they're not, and Akiyama seems amused by it. So no balls and 1 strike here to Dobiashi. As the right-hander Psyche works himself to the set, already squaring, and here's the pitch. It's bunted, and it's bunted foul down the first base line, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Dobiashi. So let's see if the Carp stay with it here with 2 strikes. He'd be able to put the ball into play. I'd be curious to see if they would pull back and slash here. So we'll see what the Carp have up their sleeves in this situation. No balls and 2 strikes to Dobiashi. Well, it looks like they're staying with it. He's already squaring the bunt. Akiyama gets his lead at second. Establishing his lead at first is Sakakura. Psyche working himself to the set position. He checks the runners. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a high fastball. Dobiashi gets it down, and it's going to be a good one. It's fielded by the first baseman, Oyama, and he throws to first. And Dobiashi does the job in a pressure situation. That's going to be a sacrifice. It goes into the books as 3-4. It advances Akiyama over to third and also Sakakura over to second. And the Carp have something brewing here with one gone. That'll bring up the right fielder, Takeyoshi Noma. Noma. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Noma here. He had a sacrifice fly his last time up and drove home Sakakura with the first run and only run of the ball game. Be curious to see if they would put him on and maybe try to set up a forced situation with Kazano coming up. But it doesn't look like the Carp are going to hold the four fingers up. They're going to pitch to Noma here. So right-hander against the left-hander. Sankey gets the sign from Ameno, and he's ready to go back to work. This is crunch time in the ball game as the Carp are threatening. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down. A nice stop by the catcher Ameno, and the count is quickly 1-0. Started him off with a first pitch split finger fastball. And that could probably be about the worst thing that could happen. A ball that would spike and get away from the catcher would bring home a insurance run here for the Carp. So 1 ball and no strikes to Noma. Again, Psyche gets the sign. Here he kicks and he delivers. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1. Again, another split finger pitch that caught the outside corner. I have to say, a little bit of home cooking there from the home plate umpire. I'm not so sure that pitch was able to keep the zone, but because the home plate umpire said so, it must be true. So 1 ball and 1 strike to Noma. Again, Psyche gets his sign. Potential turning point in the ball game right here. Here's the 1-1. As he kicks and fires, it is a split figure pitch, misses down. A nice stop there by the catcher, Amano. I have to say, Amano today in this ball game has earned his money behind the plate. I know we're only in the 6th inning, but he's had some pretty important blocks so far in this one. Nothing has gotten through. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Noma. Crowd in Hanshin looking on here as their Tigers are in jeopardy of falling behind a little bit further. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Psyche holds set. Now delivers as he fires away, and it is a breaking ball that misses up and in this time, and the count now goes to 3-1. So maybe they're going to walk him unintentionally, intentionally, or hoping to induce some sort of poor swing. Sometimes that is in the mind of the teams as well, but I certainly would have just held the 4 fingers up and went right to the batter Kazono with the opportunity to potentially get a force at any base. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. That's why the Carp managers are where they're at and why I'm in the booth. There's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted foul. It's into the seats down the third baseline, and the count now goes full to Noma. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. We'll do this all over again as Noma here is going to wait for the offering from Psyche. They do have the infield in, do the Tigers. Everybody is in around the diamond. As I said, it's all dirt surface, so the ball's going to get up on you. And the Tigers traditionally have not been a great fielding team, but I think that has to do more of a product of their home field. There's a ball that swung on. It's going to be chopped. The second baseman, Nakano, has to crawl up the ladder. He gets it. He brings it down, but his only play is going to be to first, as that is going to bring Akiyama in from third for the second run of the ball game. Advancing over to third is Sakakura. So they got the ground ball that they wanted. The problem was it was a chopper. It was like a Baltimore chop, and Nakano's only play was to first. It's going to be a ground out 4-3, and Noma gets his second RBI of the ball game. That'll bring up the third baseman, Kaito Kazono. Well, for Kazono tonight, he is 0 for 2. He has flown to center and flown to right in his 2 trips. As he bats here with the runner at third and 2 gone. And the Tigers still not out of danger yet, as Sakakura is the runner at third. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded through the 6-hole into left field. That's going to be a base hit. Kazono is going to get himself an RBI, and it is going to cash in Sakakura from third, and that is going to increase the lead here for the Carp as they are now up 3-0 in the top of the 6th inning. So that's good news if you're a Carp fan, because looked like the offense the last couple of games against the Giants had gone silent. So now they've got to do their part on defense and on the mound to be able to finish this one out. But that is going to bring up Masaya Yano to the plate, who is 0 for 2 tonight. Got to say, the one thing that I look at when I see this field at the Cochin Stadium, it looks like it's a pool table in the outfield. The grass is immaculate. So Yano stepping up, batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Saiki, who's works himself to the set position. And here comes the pitch on the way. It's a fastball they throw outside, and getting a good jump was Kazano, and he's going to steal second base. So that's going to be the first stolen base here for the Carp tonight. So he is in at second and in scoring position. That is 1 ball and no strikes to Yano. A really, really good jump. The throw from Ameno was in front of the base and wasn't even in time, but I would have to say they stole that one on the pitcher. So 1 ball and no strikes to Yano. Here's the pitch. It's a split finger pitch and misses down. It's now 2-0. So Saiki, who had been cruising along pretty much, even in that 4th inning, almost looked harmless the way they scored the run in the Carp. But now he's got himself in some trouble here, as he's already allowed 2 runs on the board. They do have a runner in scoring position here with 2 gone. Now the 2-0 to Yano. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball misses upstairs. It's now 3-0. And I have to say, the one thing I've noticed about Saiki here, he's not finishing his pitches. He's only at 79 pitches. But I think it's time to get the bullpen going, because he's not finishing. He's leaving balls up in the zone. And he doesn't have the command of his pitches that he did early on. Here's the 3-0. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. Oh, they green-lighted Yano. As he swings through that one, it's now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Masaya Yano. Right-hander again getting his sign from his catcher, Mano. Carp looking for more. It's like they're sharks in the water, smelling blood. Fastball swung on, popped up foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. Count now 3-2 to Yano. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Shota Sekene waiting his turn on deck. Should Yano be able to find a way on base here? Sekene gets the new baseball, rubs it up. And now he is ready to make the offering. 3-2 on the way. There is a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul. Again on the third base side. The count remains at 3-2 to Yano. As we mentioned, back on the airwaves again tomorrow night, as it'll be the Fighters and the Golden Eagles. As we'll return to the Pacific League, we'll do those the next couple of nights, as there will be Monday baseball in Japan, so hopefully you can join us for those. As the 3-2 is on the way. Pitch here. Fastball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4, and Yano's going to get himself a walk. That's going to put runners at first and second. And as of this point here, no sign of anybody coming out of the Tigers' dugout. Now there is. As they're going to have a conference on the mound. The whole infield is in. The pitching coach is out. And as I said, what always kind of cracks me up a little bit is they come out to the mound. The pitching coach brings the bottle of water for the pitcher and the towel, so he gets a drink break on top. Brings Shota Sekene to the plate, who is 0 for 2 in this one. So the Tigers down here 3-0. As that conference is broken up and we're ready to go back to the action. Sekene tonight is 0 for 2. He has flown to center and flown to right in his 2 trips. He does have some pop in the stick. He's got 9 homers on the season, 33 RBIs. His average is slipped to 249 on the campaign. So the right-hander ready to go again as he's getting his sign from Memento. Curious to see if they stay with Sakai for the next half inning. Breaking ball swung on and missed. Oh boy, he took a lot off of that pitch. That floated up at 66 miles an hour. So no balls and 1 strike. Again, Psyche leaning in, getting the sign from his catcher. And now he works to the set position. Here comes the 0-1, and instead he does a spaghetti move and chases back Kazono to second base. Just got to attack the hitter here and hope you get some defense behind you to get yourself out of the innings. So here comes the first offering to Sekene. Again, he holds set to Sakai, and now he kicks and delivers. Fastball that's down. Good stop there by the catcher. Runs the count now even to 1-1. As I said, Amano has earned his work here tonight. Tigers, if you're a fan of the Tigers, they have really stalled out here. So 1 ball, 1 strike it is to Sekene as the runner at second, Kazono, the runner at first, Yano. Pitch on the way. Breaking ball swung on, chop foul. Just past the first base coach's box, and now the count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Tiger fans looking on in a matinee here, afternoon affair, as it is approaching the 4 o'clock hour local time. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander kicks and deals, it's a fastball swung on. This is grounded foul just past the bag at third base. And the battle will continue, 1-2 to Sekene. I would have to say it's probably going to be the last inning for the right-hander of the Tigers, my guess would be. Just can't see him coming back out for another tour of duty. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the right-hander again ready to come back to work. As he checks the runner at second, here's the pitch. And that is a split-finger pitch, swung on and missed, and Sekene retired on strikes, but there's been damage done here in the 6th inning, and lots of it. 2 runs here for the Carp on the benefit of 3 hits. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the bottom of the 6th inning, it is the Carp 3 and the Tigers no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a bit. It's a 3-0 scoreline for the Carp. We're moving to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers coming to bat, and we'll be back in 60 seconds with all the action.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's another Hollis build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Maury coming back out for his sixth inning of work, and the first pitch is a fastball that misses up to the hitter, Seiya Kamani. So 1 ball and no strikes. It's the 8, 9, and 1 hitters slated to come to bat for the Tigers, and that fastball misses up and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. So for Kamani tonight, he's officially got no at bat. He had a sacrifice bunt back in the 3rd inning. He is ahead in the count here at 2-0. It is the pitcher's position to bat next, and we're anticipating a pinch hitter potentially. As that fastball misses, it's now 3-0 to Kamani. So 3 balls and no strikes. As the pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and now the count goes to 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. We'll see what they have to offer off the bench, and it looks like it is Watanabe who has moved into the on-deck circle. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle, fielded by Yano. He throws to first, and that's going to retire Kamani on a ground out. 6-3 for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away, and that'll bring up Watanabe to the plate. As we get a look here, I think it's Watanabe that they have. I don't see him listed on our scorecard here, so we're going to have to take a look to see if that's exactly who it is. It is Watanabe, number 25. So we don't see him on our scorecard, but we're going to have to take a look at the other one here. So nevertheless, he's standing in at the plate in the first pitch on the way. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Watanabe, the pinch hitter. This is Rio Watanabe, the former fighter. So there's a fastball that bounces up to the plate, and the count now goes even to 1-1. On the season, Watanabe batting .278. He's got a couple of homers and 11 runs batted in. As he hits from the right side here against the left-handed throwing Maury, and there's a fastball that misses up and away, and the count now goes to 2-1. So Rio Watanabe here, he had an opportunity last year in the playoffs to play. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 3-1 on Watanabe. He'll be followed by the top of the order in Koji Chikamoto. As he hits here in the bottom of the 6th. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. Oh, this ball is lifted into deep left field. Ball is hooking foul and up onto the padding is Sekene looking to make the catch, but he's going to watch it sail foul into the seats. It's going to run the count to 3-2 on Watanabe. It looked like Watanabe got a lot of it, but he just hook-barreled the ball as it ended up hooking foul. But as I said before, in the outfield, there's a lot of padding. It's probably a good solid foot or more, and probably about up to the rib cage of the player, and he just jumps on top of it and watches that one sail into the seats. So 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Watanabe. I have to say, some of the stadiums in Japan, I really get a kick out of the design and the uniqueness of it. As the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and grounded foul. Count is 3-2. That's the one thing in North America that in the 1990s, they started to get back to building baseball stadiums, not the all-purpose stadiums that were of the St. Louis Cardinals at Busch Stadium or Three Rivers in Pittsburgh or the Riverfront. There was a breaking ball waved at and missed. Watanabe in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. He's going to leave it all up to the top of the order in Koji Chikamoto. But the uniqueness of these baseball stadiums where they have an aura, they have a feel to it, you have to like it. And you certainly got to like this stadium here. Lots of history in the stadium at the Cochin. And when you show up at the Cochin Stadium, Much like at Wrigley Field on the outside of the stadium, as opposed to on the inside, they've got all kinds of ivy growing up and around the stadium. Kind of a neat piece. As the first pitch is a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Pitch is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 2-0. The one thing I will say about Maury here, he's fallen behind every hitter so far to come to bat here in the 6th inning. Wonder what his gas tank is going to be at. He's already at 81 pitches. As here comes the 2-0 offering to Chikamoto. As Maury ready to deliver again. Throwing from the set as he kicks and fires. There's a fastball that misses up. It's now 3-0. And if I'm Chikamoto, I just firmly put the bat on my shoulder and make him throw me a strike, or maybe make him throw me 2. As the 3-0 is on the way, there's a fastball that's center cut. That runs the count now to 3-1. Lefty against the lefty. Oh, there's a fastball that comes inside. And it looks like it's hit Chikamoto. That's tough when it's already going to be ball 4. And as it rides up and in, he gets plugged. He's going to make his way down to first base. And that'll bring up the second baseman, Takuma Takano. And that being said, it's going to bring the catcher Sakakura out to the mound to talk to his pitcher. A couple of the infielders have joined the conversation as well. But I got to tell you, as far as I'm concerned here, looks like that Maury's running out a bit of steam. So if I'm the Carp, you want to get that bullpen going sooner than later. And that brings the left-handed hitting Nakano to the plate. Well, this is the guy you want to get out. You don't want to put 2 on and then bring Morishita to the plate, because with one swing of the bat, he could tie the ball game up. This is where we get into the tough sun field. The pitcher is in the sunlight. The hitter is in the shade. The first pitch is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. We got to take advantage of this if you're the pitcher. Just be around the zone. As we said, this is a tough time of day for hitters to hit. The shadow is running right between the pitcher and home plate. There's a fastball swung on, grounded softly to second. Kikuchi fields it. He's going to throw to first, and that is going to do it. It's a ground out 4-3. They are fortunate, are the Carp, to get out of this one, as that will do it here for the 6th inning. Well, no runs in the inning, no hits, no errors. There was a runner left aboard. We are now 2/3 of the game complete. Your score is the Carp 3 and the Tigers no score. Stick around. The 7th inning is just around the corner, and we'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. Right back after these. Welcome back, everybody. There's going to be a pitching change here for the Tigers as they've had to go to their bullpen. Psyche's day is over. They are going to a left-hander. It is going to be number 50. That's going to be Ren Tamita, as he's going to be making his 29th appearance of the year. He's got a 0.61 ERA. So Tamita on in relief of Psyche here, as his day is over. So he'll be completing his warm-up tosses, and we'll be getting ready to resume the action as the lefty here. We were telling you about last night's game. If you didn't join us last night, oh boy, that 8th inning was really, really weird between the Buffaloes and the Hawks. As the Buffaloes starter was taken out after the 7 innings, and they used 5 pitchers in the 8th inning. First pitcher came in and he faced 2 batters, the 2 lefties, and they came out of the ball game. And then it was back-to-back pitchers that got injured. They faced 1 hitter each. It was Kosei Yoshida got hit with a comebacker, and then not sure what was up with Yuki Utagawa. He was barely throwing 86 miles an hour. Not knowing what happened there, as he had left the ball game. It looked like he was wincing a bit in pain. And the first pitch from the lefty, Tomita, is a fastball that misses down. The count is 1-0. Kikuchi, Mori, and Akiyama slated to come to bat here. I'd be shocked if the pitcher came to hit. Fastball swung on and grounded foul. The count is 1-1. I say that because to me it looks like Mori is out of steam, but we'll have to wait and see here. I do look like they do have a pinch hitter on deck, so that might be the end of the starter. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses up, and the count is 2-1. And from our vantage point, it is number 40 for the Carp, who has moved himself on deck. At least that's what it looked like to us, number 40. We'll have to take a look and see if that is exactly the number, if we've missed something. So here comes the 2-1 pitch. It's a fastball swung on and missed by Kikuchi. Kikuchi's had a nice afternoon today. He has had 2 of the 6 hits by the Carp. Both of them have gone for singles. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball, waved at and missed, and Kikuchi is gone. He's done for out number 1, and that'll bring up the pinch hitter here. So he said we're doing our homework, and it looks like it is the catcher Isomura, who is coming in to pinch hit here. And I'm curious to see if they would do a double switch, but I'm not sure. And Isomura on the season is 0 for 3. This is only his 4th at bat. He's been with the Carp since 2012. Getting an opportunity to pinch hit here, looking for his first hit, and he swings at a fastball and grounds it past the third base coach's box, and the count is quickly 0-1. So Yoshitaka Isomura here doing the pinch hitting. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and it's lifted foul the other way over on the first base side. So the count now runs quickly to 0-2 on Isomura. Even though he's been with the Carp since 2012, he's got 540 total at-bats. Doesn't get a chance to play, or I should say 540 plate appearances, as that fastball is hooked foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 0-2. I got to say this about Isomura. He's come off the bench swinging the bat. It's like he started swinging when he came out of the dugout. He's only a career 226 hitter. He has run into 12 balls that have left the park, 12 home runs. There's a fastball that is swung on and missed, and he goes into the books. So he's still looking for his first hit of 2024. He's gone for out number 2. That'll bring up the top of the order in Shogo Akiyama. Well, for Akiyama, he is 1 for 3 tonight. He singled and scored a run. He was responsible for getting the 6th inning going, as he had a bloop base hit, get things going for the Carp in inning number 6. Later came around to score on the RBI groundout by Noma. And he swings at the first pitch, and he lifts this one into left field, and it's going to get down for a base hit in front of the left fielder, Inoue. And so Akiyama continues his hot stretch as he's got himself a single. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Shogo Sakakura. And Sakakura tonight has enjoyed a nice night at the office. He's got a couple of hits in 3 trips, a single, a double, and he's scored 2 of the 3 Carp runs. So keep an eye here on Akiyama. As we said, he's only got 5 stolen bases this year. This might be a situation where he might be off to the races. get a chance to get into scoring position and let Sakakura do the work. So left-hander facing the left-hander as the pitcher Tomita works himself to the set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. Just briefly catching up on that out-of-town scoreboard, as we said, there's only the 2 games going on, this one and the one in Shinichi in the Central League. There is still one going on in the Pacific League. The 0-1 on the way. It's a fastball swung on and lifted foul. Now he's way up at 0-2 on Sakakura. The Dragons have scored a couple of runs to take the lead on the Bay Stars, so that's good news for the Tigers and Carp fans. It's a 4-2 Dragons lead. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. Another game goes at the Tokyo Dome later tonight between the Giants and the Swallows. 7-5, the Eagles have the lead in the top of the 9th inning against the Fighters. Fighters are batting, and there's a fastball swung on. It's lifted foul into the seats over on the third base side, and the count remains at 0-2 to Sakakura. The other 2 games, the game between the Marines and the Lions and the Hawks and the Buffaloes, go at the 6 o'clock hour Japan time. So no balls and 2 strikes. As the lefty ready to go, here comes the pitch. 0-2 on the way. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is lifted into left center field. Moving over is Chikamoto. He's got room, and he makes the catch. And that is going to do it as Sakakura is gone for the 3rd out of the inning. And that will do it here for the Carp in their half of the 7th. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're now moving to the bottom of the 7th inning. There will be a pitching change. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. It is the Carp 3 and the Tigers no score. Hang tight. We'll be right back in just a few. We've got ourselves a 3-0 scoreline. It is the Carp that are out in front. We'll be back in just a bit after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters slated to come to bat for the Tigers. That means Morishita, Oyama, and Sato as they clear the field of some school children who are part of the activities there on the in-between. We're just waiting for the confirmation as there will be a pitching change as the the Carp are going to their bullpen, and they've got a right-hander who is on the mound. It is going to be number 43. This is Satoru Shimouchi, who is making his 51st appearance of the year. He's got an earned run average of 2.30. So Shimouchi here to take over in replacement of Shohei Mori, who was absolutely outstanding here tonight, or as good as he should be, because 6 shutout innings. Got to tip your hat to Mori. Mori had entered the ballgame tonight with a 4.00 ERA. Now he's got 15 innings of work. And that is a really, really productive night for him. So Satoru Shimouchi on in relief. And he is going to be in a tough spot here as he's going to face the 3, 4, 5 hitters. Morishita tonight, probably one of the players that is happy to see him. He is 0 for 2. He is grounded to first and struck out. So anybody but Mori would probably be right up the alley of the Tigers. So the right-hander leans in. He grabs the side from his catcher, Sakakura, as he goes to work. Pitch on the way. It's a fastball that comes inside, but I don't know if it's hit Morishita or if it's hit the knob of the bat. They might want to have a peek at this one. The trainer is on his way out, but this may have hit the knob of the bat, and he may be still at the plate, but I'm not sure what they're going to do with him yet. Nope. He's making his way to first. I want to see the replay of that one. Sometimes when the hitters swing, as we get the replay here, no, it isn't. It went off the back elbow. And he just couldn't pull himself up. It rode inside. So it looks like it was on the forearm, just below the elbow, going toward the wrist. Oh boy, but he got it on the side where there was a little bit of extra padding. But man, oh man, that is sometime going to smart. So Morishita is the runner at first. Now it's going to bring Yusuke Oyama to the plate. Oyama tonight is 0 for 2. He was in a strike him out, throw him out situation in the fourth. And he grounded to third back in the second. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. You certainly don't want to give opportunities where the runners can get on base for free in that situation. At least that's how I look at it. Make them earn their way, hit their way on, and you can earn it. There's a fastball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 1-1 on Oyama. I was barking about the opportunity to go to Japan and how the price was right, but boy, oh boy, I'm looking at how the dollar is shaping up against the U.S. currency and against the Canadian currency, and the yen has really gained ground in the last 6-7 weeks. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball comes inside and backs Oyama off the plate, and the count now goes to 2-1. So interested to see in the next little bit how this is all going to play out. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As Oyama stands in here, we are doing the game on both YouTube and on Twitch. And we have a bot that comes in every once in a while on Twitch and gives us their information. That fastball misses inside. It's now 3-1. So 3 balls and 1 strike. We don't put a whole lot of stock into our Twitch. If people do come and listen, we do appreciate them for being there. But generally speaking, it is YouTube that is our thing. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is, as the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher, and now he's ready to go back to work again. Pitch on the way. Fastball swung on, grounded back to the pitcher. They go to second, and it is going to be, is it going to be in time? Oh, what a nice play by Kikuchi. That should have been a double play ball, but the pitcher threw the ball to the left field side of second base. Kikuchi had caught it, and he'd fallen off the bag. They're only going to be able to get 1 on the force. Shimauchi, yeah, there it is. Nice play by the second baseman, Kikuchi, to grab the ball and keep his foot on the bag. Oh, boy, but man, oh, man, that is rough. That's going to bring up Sato to the plate, but it's going to go in the books as a fielder's choice. 1-4 on the putout. Morishita's gone for the first out of the inning. Oyama reaches safely on that fielder's choice, and it brings Teraki Sato to the plate. And for Sato, he's 1 for 2 tonight. He has singled and struck out in his 2 trips. We were talking earlier, he is one of those players who, when he does get into the batter's box, he is in scoring position. He's raised his batting average to 263 tonight. When you think of a baseball player, you just look at this fella. He really fills out a uniform good. Here's the pitch, and the fastball just misses inside. Doesn't always mean that you can play. There are stretches of the year, as we mentioned before, at the plate that he gets up there where he's pretty clueless. But when he is going, he's going well. He did get sent down to the farm, as we were talking about. He got sent to the knee gun after going something like hitless in 30-plus plate appearances, as there's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 2-0. And that hopefully was able to get him straight, because they're going to need him for the stretch drive, are the Tigers. So 2 balls and no strikes to Sato. Runner at first is Oyama. 1 gone here in the 7th. Tigers trailing the Carp 3-0. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball that is waved at and missed. That is where you probably would say that would be the clueless part. Actually, it was a split finger pitch. Can't identify it out of the hand, and he is so far out in front, Sato. I remember back in the day when Kirk Gibson was playing with the Tigers and the Dodgers, and he would get fooled. He absolutely looked sick at the plate. That's kind of how Sato looked right there. And here's the 2-1. Breaking ball swung on, hit through the 4-hole into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Stopping at second is going to be Oyama. That's got runners at first and second with 1 gone. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Kuda Inoue. Well, for Inoue tonight, he is officially 0 for 2. He has struck out and bounced into a fielder's choice. It comes up here with runners at first and second, and only 1 gone. So as we said, Sato there, clutch piece of hitting to keep this thing rolling here. The Tigers got an opportunity to put some runs on the board and claw back into this one. So I'll keep our eyes peeled here in case they decide to go to the bench. And that's exactly what it looks like is going to happen. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for Inoue, as it is going to be number 58 coming to the plate. This is Yukio Magawa. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses upstairs for a ball, and the count is 1-0. So Yukio Magawa at the plate here. One ball and no strikes. Runner at second, Oyama. Runner at first is Sato. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses outside. It's now 2-0. So up in the count here on Shimouchi. I was crowing the other night how I really like those home jerseys of the Carp, as they were in the all whites with the red trim. These are the jerseys I despise, the all reds, including the number. It's hard to see. So here comes the 2-0 pitch. As it's on its way, it's a fastball at the knees. Take it for a called strike, and the count is 2-1. So whoever came up with that idea of going red on red with the nameplates and the numbers, they should be fired. It'd be like having a white uniform with a white number. How are you supposed to see it? Possible. So 2 balls and 1 strike as Shimouchi holds set. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers. Fastball misses down. Count is 3-1. The Carp jerseys I liked, or the road jerseys I liked once upon a time, were those powder blue ones. Back in I believe in the 70s, early 80s. I kind of like those. But it has changed a number of times over. So 3 balls and 1 strike it is here to the pinch hitter Magawa. And the right-hander Shimouchi checks the runner at second. Now delivers. Fastball misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to load the bases. Oyama bounces over to third. Sato moves to second. Magawa now takes first, and it's going to bring up scheduled to bring up the catcher Ryutaro Imeno to the plate. The pitcher sure didn't like that last one, but that's also going to bring the pitching coach out of the dugout, and we're going to see if they are going to make a pitching change here, because it's also brought the manager out. So it looks like Arai has had a word with the home plate umpire, and I think that might be the end of Shimouchi's night. So if that is the case, and it looks like it is, we're going to take a little time out here. We're going to be back in just a couple moments. We're going to leave you with our friend Steve Rademacher as we go to our little information break right now. We'll be back in just a few after this pitching change and get you caught up after this. Appreciate you for jumping in. on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight, everybody.
Thank you, Freddie. And hey, guys, let's open up a 5-card pack of 2023 Topps Baseball. And remember, during this timeout, you can also go visit some other channels. Oh, look, Jeter Downs. Bleh. Diamond Princess, she's great. Oh, there's a cubby. Screw that. Hey, go check out the one and only Bud Stoney. Oh, here's one for another Hollis build. And you can stay anywhere you want to when you're around Freddie and the Seattle area. That's good for Mr. Enfuego. And you know what? Why don't we bring out one of the Oakland A's for a league of her own? Bingo! Thank you, Freddie. Pitchers look like they're ready. Let's play ball!
Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the lefty Daisuke Moriura coming into the ball game. He's going to be in a real difficult situation here as the bases are full of Tigers. With only one gone, it is going to be Ryutaro Imeno who is slated to come to bat. He has a hit and 2 trips tonight, as he has also grounded out to second. So we'll see what happens here, as something has to give. The Carp have a 3-0 lead. The Tigers are looking to claw back into this one. We are ready to see what's going to happen. So Imeno is coming up to bat. And it is the shortstop, Kamani, who waits his turn on deck. So we're into the bottom third of the batting order, as the Tigers entering this inning only had 3 hits. They now have 4 in the ball game. As we said, Imeno has one of them here tonight. So here we go as we resume to the live action. As Moriura ready to go. He holds to the set. And here comes the pitch. It is a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. The crowd is finally coming to life here in the 7th inning, as it has pretty much been all Carp here tonight. As the crowd, the rest of the crowd, the outfield is always into the game. As the 0-1 pitch is ready to come again. Here we go. Moriura delivers. It is a breaking ball swung on. It is chopped just behind home plate. Now the count goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. And you think about it, that play there that they had the fielder's choice. If Shimouchi would have been able to just be able to make a decent throw to Kikuchi, there'd probably be 2 outs and a 2 on here right now rather than the bases loaded. That ended up being a little bit of a turning point there, as they couldn't be able to throw the ball to the second baseman covering to turn that double play early in the inning. So Moriura gets his sign. He nods in agreement with Sakakura. Here comes the 0-2. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-handed hitting. Imeno at the plate, waiting on the offering here from Moriura. Runner at third, Oyama. Runner at second, Sato. Runner at first, Magawa. And the batter at the plate, Imeno. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down, and the count now runs even to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Moriura here, wearing the number 13, trying to get himself out of any type of trouble. Some people either really like the numbers, some people don't, as yesterday was Friday the 13th. I think the Oryx Buffaloes might have something to say that they don't like the number. Here's the 2-2 pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball just misses off the outside corner. That's going to run the count to 3-2. Well, there's nowhere to put him, Mano. You're going to have to pitch to him. So make him do something here as it's 3 balls and 2 strikes. So this is going to be an action pitch for sure as Umano steps back into the box. Moriura ready to go back again. Crowd is in full voice here at the Cochin Stadium. Here comes the 3-2. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on and it's lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count remains at 3-2, and I would have to say probably if he can get a breaking ball over for a strike, this might be the time to do it here to Umano. I know Umano's not necessarily a great hitter, but it'd be an opportunity to try to lock him up right here. Here comes the 3-2 pitch as the lefty works himself to the set. And now Moriura, he kicks and fires. Fastball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4. Umano is going to get himself an RBI. In to score comes Oyama. Oh boy, I think I'm a little bit upset if I'm the Carp there. Might have been getting squeezed, but you're not playing at home. So now the score line is 3-1. Advancing to third is Sato. Magawa goes over to second. Umano, the runner at first, and now it's going to bring up the shortstop, Seiya Kamani. We'll get a look at that last one. Oh boy, that pitch looked like it might have caught the outside corner. I think if this game was being played in Hiroshima, you might have had a different outcome, but it is now 3-1 for the Carp as the Tigers have cut into the lead. So now Kamani coming to the plate. He's 0 for 1 in this one. He's grounded to short, but he also has a sacrifice bunt. Maybe that's the umpire protecting his catcher. I often say sometimes the umpires will work with that. Well, we've got the corners are in. We're going to check to see here what we've got. It looks like, we got a pinch hitter? Or have we still got Kamani at the plate? Can't quite tell here. It looks like it's still Kamani. And there's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. And the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Sato at third, as we said. Magawa at second, the first baseman Umano. This is the best opportunity the Tigers have had to do damage and multiple damage here tonight. Left-hander against the left-hander. Moriura kicks and delivers. There's a fastball that carves the plate in half, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Tigers looking to score some runs in the on-deck circle. It's supposed to be the pitcher's spot, so we would assume we're going to get a pinch hitter in that situation. Can't see that Tomita would come to bat. Here's the 0-2. Breaking ball swung on, grounded up the middle. Nice play by Kikuchi. He gets it with his glove over to second base, and the umpire says safe at second. I thought he might have had control of the ball on the fielder's choice and dropped it on the exchange. But no, they rule that it is safe at second base. Yano had no control. We might get a look at that one on the replay, but we'll have to wait and see here. But regardless, it more than likely is going to be, we'll have to see if they rule that a hit or a fielder's choice with an error attached to it. Nice backhand play. It was the glove that goes to the shortstop. No, he's right. Wasn't able to get it. That was not an ordinary play, so you're probably going to get a base hit on that one, I would have to think. Sato's going to come home to score. Stopping at third is Magawa. Over to second is Umano, and the bases remain loaded for the Tigers. And it is now a 3-2 ball game here, and the Carp, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, are about ready to implode. So here comes the first offering. It is going to be a pinch hitter, and we got to get the number here. It looks like it's number 94. First pitch misses down. Looks like it is Fumihiro Haraguchi. So Haraguchi on to pinch hit. As he is batting here with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 7th inning. Here comes the offering now from the lefty Moriura, who's ready to deliver again. And it's a fastball swung on. It's grounded through the 6 hole into left field. That's going to get 1 in, and they're just going to play station to station baseball as they're going to hold the runner at third. So a nice piece of hitting. Haraguchi has a single. That's going to tie the ball game at 3. Coming in to score, Maegawa. Advancing to third, Ameno. Commanding over to second. And they are still not out of the threat yet, and it's going to bring up the top of the order and Koji Chikamoto to the plate. Oh boy, the Carp here, just watching this season slide away. That was a professional at bat off the bench by the veteran Haraguchi. So Chikamoto striding to the plate. He's 0 for 2 officially tonight. He's grounded out twice, and he's been hit by a pitch. So in an opportunity here to be able to flip the tables, 3-7-1 for the Carp, 3-5-0 for the Tigers. And the Carp are not out of the woods. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Chikamoto. The infield is now in for the Carp, as they got to try to cut the run off at the plate. They're not even in double play depth up the middle because they know that Chikamoto can run well. He'd be a tough one to double up at the best of times. The lefty Moriura gets the sign, and he works to the set. Here comes the 1-0. Breaking ball drops in for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1 on Chikamoto. So 1 ball and 1 strike. 3-3 is the scoreline. The Tigers have put 3 runs on the board here in the last of the 7th inning. And they are continuing to bat here with the bases full and only 1 out. And Chikamoto ready to do some damage. Here's the 1-1 pitch. It's on the way. It's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1. I can only imagine, if you're a Carp fan, how you must feel right now. A couple of weeks ago, you were sitting atop the Central League in first place. You're whistling Dixie, and the way it's going here tonight, as the keeping an eye on that game with the Bay Stars, we're trailing the Dragons in the 7th the last time we looked in. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to short. They go to home for 1, and that's all they're going to get. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So Chikamoto unable to get the job done. That's going to erase Ameno at the plate. It's going to be 6-2 on the fielder's choice. He's out for the 2nd out of the inning. And it's going to bring up Kumo Nakano, who is going to be the 9th hitter to come to bat here. But the bases are still loaded, full of Tigers. So that was a big out here by the Carp defense. Three runs on the board here in the last half of the 7th inning. Tigers looking for more. Nakano tonight officially 1 for 3. He's got a single in 3 trips. He bats from the left side against the lefty Moriura. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. Not sure what you're looking for. You come up there with the bases juiced. You got to be sitting dead red. And it looks like we're going to get ourselves a pinch runner, as it is going to be number 4. And who is number 4? That would be Takahiro Kumagai, who is in to run for Haraguchi. I guess the question is, why was Haraguchi in that situation anyway? A base hit here. They're looking to score 2 here. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 0-2. I guess with Haraguchi running at second, probably weren't going to score him on a base hit to the outfield, though. There's a much better chance with the fleet-footed Kumagai. The sun has now gone behind the stadium, so the lights are starting to take effect. It's still daylight, but the shadows are gone. That was a big part of that last half inning. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball that just misses outside. I'm not sure where that pitch was. That looked pretty darn good. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Nakano. I guess you're going to have to earn it if you're the Carp. You go into somebody else's backyard, you're going to have to be able to beat them up and win it. If they're going to point to a point in the season, that sweep at home to the Giants, and if they lose this game here, oh boy, there's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Nakano. And losing it is one thing. It's how you lose it's the other thing. Is having a 3-0 cushion, sailing along, and the next thing you know, you implode over 1 inning, and the next thing you know, the Tigers are back in it. So 3-3 the score here in the 7th inning. Bases full, 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nakano. Moriara gets his sign from his catcher Sakakura. He works set. And here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on. This is line foul down the left field line, and the count remains at 2-2. Looking ahead to the top of the 8th inning, the Carp have the 3, 4, and 5 hitters to come to bat. Dobayashi, Nomo, and Kazono. So we shall see how that will take shape. So here comes the offering now to the left-handed hitting Chikamoto. Or is check the left-handed hitting Nakano. Chikamoto is the runner at first. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, tapped slowly foul just past the first base coach's box, and the battle is going to continue here. 2-2 to Nakano still. Waiting on deck is Morishita, who began the inning by getting hit by a pitch. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the left-handed hitting Nakano waits on the offering. Here comes the pitch. And it's on its way. It is a fastball swung on and missed. Nakano down on strikes. He's gone for out number 3, but we got ourselves a brand new ball game here, everybody, as the Tigers score 3 runs in the inning on the benefit of only 3 hits. There was no errors, and there were 3 runners left aboard. Your score as we move to the top of the 8th. We're all locked up at 3s, and we're going to have a pitching change when we return. Stick around, everybody. We got to take ourselves a little time out. We're just going to put this music on loop for just a moment because we got to take our own time out. It is a pitching change when we return. Hang tight, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. We're moving to the top of the 8th inning as we are getting into the deep water now. It is a 3-3 ball game. The Tigers have gone to the bullpen as they are turning to a left-hander to come into the ball game. This is going to be number 13, Suguru Iwazaki. So Iwazaki is completing his warm-up tosses and will be ready to resume the action here in just a couple moments. So the Tigers got back into this one here with 3 runs in their half of the 7th inning. So that is where we stand. So Suguru Iwazaki now on in relief, as he is going to be enlisted to have to face Shota Dobiashi, Takeyoshi Noma, and Kaito Kazono. As we mentioned, we welcome everybody into the stream tonight, as we will be back on the airwaves again tomorrow night, as we're going to be doing a run of games over the next couple of weeks. We weren't sure we're going to do this one here tonight, but we made it in. The first pitch of the ball game, or first pitch of the inning, is on the way. It's a breaking ball from Iwazaki that misses up and away to Dobiashi. Dobiashi tonight is officially 0 for 1. He has also had 2 sacrifice bunts. So here's the pitch from the lefty. It's a fastball swung on. It is going to be lifted foul over on the first base side, giving chase. And leaning into the camera well, but not able to come up with it, was the first baseman, Oyama. Great effort by him. It's going to run the count even now to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. And we will try to call a couple of more Central League games as we move along. It's not been our forte. We usually like to stay with the Pacific League. As the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside, it's now 2-1 to Dobiashi. But we have to look at the competitiveness of the games, and certainly there's going to be a lot of competitiveness in the Pacific League with the Tigers and the Carp and the Bay Stars all fighting for that top spot. There's the breaking ball that misses down. Count is now 3-1 to Dobiashi. So here's the 3-1 offering as it's on its way. It's a fastball swung on and chopped foul over on the third base side. And now the count runs full. So the Tigers here, with 3 runs in the 7th inning, have locked this game all back up. Why do I just get the feeling this game could go 12? Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. Dobiashi gone on strikes. He's out for out number 1, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Takeyoshi Noma. Well, for Noma, he strides to the plate. He's officially 0 for 2. But he has driven in 2 of the 3 runs for the Carp tonight. As the left-hander looks in and he gets the sign from his catcher, Ameno. And here comes the first pitch to Noma. As it's on its way, it is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Carp jumped out to the early 3-0 lead with a run in the 4th and 2 in the 6th inning. We've had other opportunities to stick some more on the board. There's a breaking ball dropping in for a called strike, and the count's now 0-2, but the Tigers respond with 3 in the bottom of the 7th to lock it all up here at 3s. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball that misses inside, and the count now is 1-2. Iwazaki did a nice job of moving the hitter Noma off of the plate. Let's see if he goes back outside. So 1 ball and 2 strikes as the lefty works set. Here's the pitch. He kicks and fires. Breaking ball swung on. This is going to be lifted into the seats down the third base line, and the count remains at 1-2. As we said, a nice day for baseball, but the cloud is starting to move in the Osaka area. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is as the lefty Iwazaki works set, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on, and another ball lifted into the same area of the stands on the third base side. Count remains at 1-2. Hanshin Tigers, Hiroshima Carp from the Koshin Stadium. Here's the 1-2 pitch again. Breaking ball swung on, another one lifted foul, this time in a little bit different section down the third base line. Count remains at 1-2. I was starting to talk about the different ones as well. Our friend Adam in the house here. How you doing, Adam? Appreciate you for jumping in here tonight. It's a little quiet in our chat tonight. The gamblers must have stayed home. They maybe don't like the Central League like they do the Pacific. As the 1-2 pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball swung on and grounded foul past the first base coach's box. And 1 ball and 2 strikes it remains here at Anoma. This is going to be the 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up to the Carp right fielder as he has put up point the battle here to Iwazaki. Adam says, just catching the game since he can't attend it. Well, we're glad you're with us. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is on one hop off the glove of the second baseman, Nakano, and it trickles into right field. And now it is we're going to rule that a base hit single. I can't see them making that an error. That was a tough play as he had to dive to his left, unable to come up with it. And so that is going to be a runner at first here with 1 out, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Kaito Kazono. Our friend Tyler says he's got us on the TV right now, watching and listening while he lays down. Great for you to join us as well, Tyler. Not sure where Adam is at. I'm not sure where you call home. Didn't get a chance to see either of these two teams when I was in Japan last week. I got a chance to get to see the Giants and the Swallows. Adam says Nakano and Sato are so frustrating. Can't say I can comment enough about Nakano, but definitely Sato for sure. There's a first pitch fastball delivered to Kazono when it's cued foul down the third baseline, and the count is 0-1. Kazono today is 1 for 3. He's got a single and 3 trips. He's also driven in a run. Adam says he's from the U.S., lives in Korea, but currently on a work trip to India. Well, we're glad, Adam, you could join us for this one here. I was in Korea for all of 24 hours last year. There's a breaking ball swung on it. It is lifted into straightaway center field. Coming in on it is Chikamoto. He's there to make the catch. And that is going to retire Kazono for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to the shortstop, Masaya Yano. I spent 24 hours in Incheon. I got into the airport. And the next day, I took the bus over that huge bridge that they have and into the city and spent about 6 hours in the downtown area, business district, over in the mall, that area there. Kind of cool. So that brings Yano to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He has struck out and grounded out. He has also walked. We were talking last night about next year that is on my hit list, either to go to Korea as they throw over to first base and getting back in time as Noma. Probably look to spend about 10 days in Korea and about 6 days in Japan. But if I do it that way, I would look to either go to Fukuoka or I would go to the Hokkaido region. But I'm going to wait until see what the schedule comes out for the NPB to see where I'm going to make that decision of where to go to. I think that would be kind of cool. So 2 gone here. The runner Noma is at first. Yano at the plate here. Waiting on the first pitch here from Iwazaki. As the lefty kicks and delivers, it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Carp have had their opportunities to put the Tigers away. That 3-run inning here is going to come back to haunt them. That is for certain. So we got ourselves a brand new ball game going now. Here comes the 0-1. Breaking ball misses down and away. The count goes to 1-1. Adam says, not sure if there's flights to Hokkaido from Korea. There is to Amori. One of the things you could possibly do, or I could possibly, there is a ferry that goes from Korea to Fukuoka. As there's a breaking ball that misses upstairs. The count now goes to 2-1. But I would have to take a look at that to see what length of time it is. I had a buddy of mine who used to work in Busan South Korea. And once upon a time, he looked at that as the possibility of taking the ferry. I don't know what the distance is and how long it would be, as there's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Yano. That could be an option too. It'd be kind of fun just to go across and to do it. Although I have to say, I took a ferry from Ireland one time down to France, and had to be the roughest waves I've ever been on. People were tossing their cookies all up all over the place. There was a breaking ball swung on in self-defense as Yano fouls that one away, and the count remains at 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. I have to say, a quiet night in the channel, but as the game has now gotten to be entertaining here at the end, it's picked up quite a bit. We thank everybody for joining us here. As we said, we don't normally call the games between the Central League teams, only an interleague play when we do the Pacific. We like doing the Pacific League, prefer that. But with the competitiveness of these games here, we'll try to get some of these Central League games in toward now at the end of the season, as again they throw over to first base, and again Noma gets back in time. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Yano. As the lefty Iwazaki works himself to the set position. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and lifted foul down the left field line. Count remains at 2-2. Another option sometimes too is we were talking about the ferry. Adam says it ranges from 3.5 to 12 hours for Busan to Fukuoka. It'd be interesting maybe to take it in the nighttime. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball swung on. It's taken on one hop by the third baseman, Sato. What a play. Backhands the ball, gets to his feet, fires to first. Yano's retired on a ground out 5-3. That's a web gem if you're going to see one tonight. And that'll be the 3rd out of the inning for the Carp. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was one left stranded. We are moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Coming to bat be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Tigers when we return. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this with all the action. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after these.
Hello, this is Eric Fox, formerly of the Oakland A's and Texas Rangers baseball teams. If you want to learn about Japanese baseball, see Coach Fred of Last Raps Baseball. If you want baseball instruction, see Coach Fred. If you want to learn about golf, do not go to Coach Fred. Fred, what kind of club is this?
At Last Raps Baseball, we know baseball. Yes, we do, and we'll be back in just a few with all the action after this. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be a pitching change, and we anticipate that the pitching parade will continue inning by inning here until this game is finished. As the Carp will be looking to go to their bullpen, it'll be Morishita, Oyama, and Sato slated to come to bat. Or are we going to see something? No, it is going to be number 24, Takumi Kurohara, who is coming into the ballgame. Left-hander making his 45th appearance of the year. He's got a 1.81 ERA. He'll be the fourth pitcher used tonight, third reliever used tonight. So number 24, Takumi Kurohara, into the ball game. And for this lefty here, he's the third left-hander used tonight by the Carp. So we'll see how this is going to shape up here, as both teams are starting to run out of outs the rest of the way. Curious to see if they're going to make any type of double switches along the way. We'll have to keep our eyes peeled for that as well. So Morishita, Oyama, and Sato to come to bat. Our friend who is listening in here tonight, which was Adam, and he was saying about how Nakano and Sato can frustrate you. Well, that is absolutely for sure. When you look at Sato, saying he went 0 for 30 something earlier this year, as there's a breaking ball that's dropped in for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Have that many at-bats in a row without getting a base hit. And then he ended up getting sent down to the knee gun, which was the second team, to help get himself sorted out. Here comes the 0-1 pitch as the lefty kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on. It is chopped up the middle over the head of the pitcher. And that is going to get into center field for a base hit. Morishita is going to get his first knock of the night. That is going to bring up the first baseman, Yusuke Oyama. The other thing is, too, is I wouldn't mind going to see some KBO action over in Korea as well. I don't know if I would be as interested as seeing as many games as I have in the NPB, but I'll make my decision on that travel plan once the schedules come out and I can get an opportunity to see who's playing where and when. No sense in going to Hokkaido if the Fighters, or at least to the Sendai region if the Eagles aren't there. So here comes the first offering to Oyama as the lefty kicks and delivers. Fastball catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. A friend Adam says, I feel like he's always going 0 for something, and then he gets a big random hit to help win the game. Yeah, I think it's a love-hate relationship between Sato and the Tiger fans. When you think of certain Tiger players over the years, there's a fastball swung on. It's popped up on the infield. This ball is playable. Camping out underneath it is Dobayashi, and he's there to make the catch. Oyama's gone for the first out of the inning. So one gone here, and that's going to bring Teruaki Sato to the plate, the aforementioned one. And he is 2 for 3 tonight with a strikeout. So the word I would use with him at the plate is erratic. And you're right, you don't know what you're going to get. You're either going to come up with a clutch hit. Two American players who played in for the Hanshin Tigers. One, Randy Bass, was elected into the NPB Hall of Fame last year. An NPB legend for the Hanshin Tigers. Fastball swung on. This is lifted foul down the third base line. Count is 0-1. On the flip side of the coin, you had Mike Greenwell, the longtime Boston Red Sox. Oh, he was hated. Came over there and absolutely stunk it up. So no balls and 1 strike to Sato. 1 gone. Runner Morishita is at first. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball waved at and missed, and the count goes to 0-2. And that would be the frustrating part right there, is couldn't recognize the pitch out of the hand of the pitcher, was so far out in front. Absolutely fooled. Adam says the KBO games are cheaper than the NPB, and realistically, the NPB is a great value for your money. I think it was last year when I was at Hotomoto Field in Kobe, sitting about 14 rows behind home plate, and the ticket was about equivalent of about $45. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2 on Sato. So you get the opportunity to see that. You don't see that in North America anymore, to be able to sit 14 rows behind home plate. You know, you're looking upwards of easy $100 for a ticket, if not more, depending upon who's in town. 1 ball and 2 strikes here as the lefty Kurihara ready to deliver. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2 to Sato. I think in this situation here, I might try to live on the inside part of the plate to try to tie Sato up. He wasn't able to get through the ball there. It caught him on the fists, and he fought it off. He does have 13 home runs on the season, does Sato. And maybe he comes soft away, as is traditional to get hitters out. Hard in, soft away. Move him off the plate and then try to get him with a loopy breaking pitch down and away. So here comes the 1-2 pitch as the lefty Kurihara ready to go again. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. Another one lifted foul into the seats, and the battle's going to continue as it remains at 1-2 to Sato. It didn't look like a split finger pitch. It looked like it was a two-seamer, just the way that he had gripped onto the ball. If he throws a two-seam fastball from the left side to get it to run in on the hands of Sato, that'd be a nice way to be able to get the hitter out if you're a fan of the Carp. So here comes the 1-2 pitch yet again. As the lefty holds set, here's the pitch. Fastball and another one swung on and another one fouled away. And this battle yet again continues. Be the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up here for Sato. And for us here, as we call the games, we are going to be on every single night as we sit back on again tomorrow. And then, of course, there's Monday games in Japan, which is a rarity. We'll be on the air for those ones. There's a fastball swung on and fouled right off into the catcher, Sakakura. I think it hit him in the Sakakuras, and the count now is going to still remain at 1-2. We're going to have the 8th up. Actually, it looked like it just got off the glove, and he was fortunate that the way the ball bounced, it went through his legs but didn't hit him. So 1-2 strikes to Sato. As the lefty kicks and fires, it's a breaking ball swung on, grounded softly over to second. Kikuchi thought about going to 2, but instead his only play is going to be to 1. It is going to advance Morishita into scoring position at second base. Sato is out on a ground out 4-3. He's in the books for the second out of the inning. And that is going to leave it all up to what we believe is still going to be Yukio Mayagawa, who had come in for Kuda Inoue. We'll have to check to make sure that it is still going to be number 58, Mayagawa, and that's exactly who it is. He came in the last half inning to pinch hit for Inoue. He walked and scored the 3rd run of the ball game for the Tigers as he bats here with 2 gone and a runner on second. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0. The catcher, Ryotaro Imano, waits his turn on deck. So 1 strikes. This game here we thought was going to be cruising right along, and then all of a sudden the 3 runs, and now we're into the bullpens. We could be here for another hour plus. There's a fastball swung on. It has popped up over on the left field line. Giving chase is the third baseman, the shortstop, and the left fielder, but they're all going to watch it drift into the stands. That runs the count to 1-1 here on Mayagawa. It's the bottom of the 8th inning. Runner at second, Morishita. There is 2 gone here. Tigers looking to try to take the lead as they scored 3 unanswered runs in the 7th inning to get back into the ball game. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It's on its way. It's a fastball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. Based on the body language, I don't think Mayagawa was in the same agreement with that pitch as the home plate umpire was. So 1-2 strikes. Left-hander again. Kurihara ready to go as it's 1-2 strikes to the left fielder of the Tigers. Here comes the pitch. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the left field line. The count remains at 1-2. Don't forget, If you want to know when we go live on the air, hit the notification bell. If you're sub to the channel, then you'll get all the updates that we provide. As we said, between now and the end of the regular season, we'll try to go on every single night, at least for one game. Sometimes we might be able to sneak in a pair. As here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball, waved at and missed. Maekawa down on strikes for the third out of the inning, and they strand Morishita at second base. They squander an opportunity with a leadoff single. There was no runs, one hit, no errors, and one runner left aboard. We're now through 8 innings, and we're all locked up at 3. We got another pitching change on our hands here. We'll be back in just a couple moments with all the action. 3-3 as it is, Carp and Tigers when we return in just a bit. Hang tight, everybody. Appreciate you guys once again for being with us here tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel.
Hello? Oh, hey. Yep. I'm just sitting here listening to Freddie call another game here on YouTube. Oh, yeah, going really good. He's calling a great game. Really exciting. Lots of stuff going on. You're lucky it's commercial break right now. I got a second. Oh, yeah, of course I'm having a cold one. Oh, yeah, got plenty of videos coming up this week. You should stop in. Check them out. Leave a like, tell other people. But Freddie's coming back. I got to go catch the game. I will check in with you later. You have a good night, buddy. Bye.
Welcome back, everybody. We're just waiting on confirmation of who the Tigers are calling on now out of their bullpen. But they are going to a right-hander. It looks like it is going to be an American right-hander or maybe a Latin right-hander in Javi Guerra, as he will be taking over here, making his 51st appearance of the year. He's posted an ERA of 1.84, the former Atlanta Brave prospect. Taking over here, one of his claims to fame is he was on a baseball card with Ozzie Albies and Ronald Acuna Jr. That, needless to say, there was one of those 3 never really panned out as of this point in Major League Baseball. But Gura is going to be on the mound, and he is going to be slating to face Shota Sekine, Ryosuke Kikuchi, and the pitcher's spot in the batting order. So we'll see what that has to offer when it comes up here in just a couple moments. So Sekine tonight is officially 0 for 3. He has flown to center, flown to right, and he has struck out in his 3 trips. So Gura ready to go to work here. So the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher, Amano. Gura's not as big as I thought he would be. He looks like he's a little on the smaller side. And the first pitch is a fastball that is swung on and missed. Count is quickly 0-1. Gura ready to go back to work as he gets the sign from his catcher, Amano. That's the one thing. When the bullpens come in, the tempo of the game changes a lot. There is a fastball swung on. It is lifted into left center field. Coming over, and that is going to drop in for a base hit as the left fielder, Mangawa, comes in to pick it up. And so now a leadoff single here for the Carp is going to bring up the second baseman, Ryosuke Kikuchi, and I'll bet dollars to donuts right now that we are going to see a sacrifice bunt attempted here. And we may see ourselves a pinch runner here for Sekine, but we'll have to wait and see if the big man is going to get called upon to come out of the ball game. So he gets things going here with a ball off the end of the bat. So we'll see if the decision is made. And it is, the decision is made. It is going to be number 59 into the ball game. And that is Minoru Omori into run, and they do bunt it down. It's a good one. as Kikuchi has put it right into the hands of the first baseman, Oyama. That's going to be a sacrifice to 3 as he applies the tag to Kikuchi. He's gone for the first out of the inning. Advancing into scoring position is the pinch runner, Omori. And that is going to bring up the pitcher's spot in the batting order. We're going to see what they have here. It looks like it is going to be number 99. This is going to be Shoichi Futamata. So our first look at Futamata as he comes to bat. He's got a very open stance. He hits from the right side. Arms are extended almost fully in front of his body. And here's the pitch. It is a breaking ball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So Futamata here to pinch hit for the pitcher's spot in the batting order. So no balls and 1 strike. We're in the top of the 9th inning. As Gura kicks and fires, there's a fastball swung on it, is lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats, and now Futamata is in the hole at 0-2. We're definitely in the deep water now as the 9th inning is upon us. And not a soul has seemingly left the ballpark yet. That's the one thing I admire about the Japanese fans, is it could be a 2-touchdown game, and they'll still be sitting in the stands if their team is losing. And there is a inside move by Guerra as he's able to keep the runner in check. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. As the right-handed hitting Futamata waggling the bat, waiting on the offering here from Guerra. As again, he checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. It's a good pitch, but he misses down. That looked like it was a split finger pitch in the dirt, and the count goes to 1-2. Futamata didn't bite on that one. Kind of makes me wonder here if you can get the hitter Futamata. This is just forward thinking. Would you put Akiyama on? I probably would to set up the force. And then you got the slow-footed Sakakura who is in the hole here. They got to find a way to get this hitter out here. And Guerra again steps off the back of the rubber and feigns the runner back to second base. So 1 ball and 2 strikes it is. As Guerra again works himself to the set position. Here comes the pitch. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled straight back, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Carp fans are cheering their fans on. As we said, they do travel well, do the Carp. Cheering their team on here. Here's the 1-2 again. Guerra does the spaghetti move. Really concerned, trying to keep that runner close to second base. If it is a base hit to the outfield, they certainly don't want Omori to be able to score from second base, so you got to keep him in check. Here comes the 1-2 as he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on and missed. And Futamata in the books for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it all up to the top of the order in Shogo Akiyama. Now for Akiyama, he is 2 for 4 tonight. He's got 2 singles. He's scored a run. He's also struck out and flown out to center field. And that's why I kind of hint, would you want to take your chances with Akiyama, or would you prefer to take your chances with Sakakura? Both hitters have a pair of hits tonight. But at least you've got the force situation with Sakakura. But it looks like they are going to face Akiyama here. Here comes the first offering to the left-handed hitting center fielder of the Carp. As time is called. And, well, time isn't called. It looks like they've called a balk on Guerra. So that's going to advance the runner over to third. So Amari is now over at third here based on the balk. Wow. Wish we could see the replay on that one there. Our friend Adam says the Carp travel well, and Cochin is the easiest away game for them. That is true. You're only a couple hours. I think 2.5, 2.5 by the Shinkansen. And you're also correct. The Kyocera Dome would also be there as well. There's a fastball, but take it for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Akiyama. Last year, I saw a neutral site game at the Kyocera Dome between the Carp and the Yomiuri Giants. Didn't even see the Buffaloes there. It's kind of sad when the Buffaloes are playing at the Kyocera Dome. They play in front of a basically 3/4 full stand some nights. Fastball swung on, grounded up the middle, fielded neatly by the shortstop, Kamani, who throws to first, and Guerra's going to get himself out of that inning. Ground out 6-3, retires Akiyama for the third out. And that is going to leave it here in the ninth inning for the Carp. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and there was a runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the ninth. Your score is the Tigers 3 and the Carp 3. Coming to bat will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Tigers. Stick around. We'll be back in just a few. Appreciate you guys for listening to us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after these.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace. Yeah, man.
Bottom of the ninth is just around the corner. We'll be back in just a few. It is the Tigers and the Carp locked at 3. Welcome back, everybody, as we are ready to go to the bottom half of the ninth inning. It's the 7, 8, and 9 hitters to come to bat for the Tigers. That means Umeno, Kamani, and then the pitcher's spot in the batting order. So we'll see what tricks the Tigers have up their sleeves in this one here. I didn't check to see if Yuki Nishi would be on the game sheet, but he could be an option as a pinch hitter, one of the pitchers for the Tigers, a pretty good hitter in his own right. As the first pitch is on its way here, and it is a breaking ball that catches the outside corner for a called strike. Counts 0-1. The left-hander Kurohara is still in the ball game, and the pinch runner Omori is now in left field. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to short, fielded by Yano. He double clutches. The throw to first is in time. Oh, nice job there by the catcher Umeno to get down the line. As he is going to be gunned out by a half a step. That's a ground out 6-3 for the first out of the inning. That is going to bring up the shortstop Seiya Kamani. That was a bang play. We'll get a look at the replay on that one. He was out by a half a step. But you got to tip your hat to the Tiger catcher running down the line hard all the way. That brings Kamani to the plate. He is 1 for 3. He's got a single and actually check that. He's 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's got a sac bunt and an RBI. Fastball misses up and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to the Tigers shortstop. And I'm sure depending upon what he does will dictate who they bring to the plate. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses, and the count now goes to 2-0. I wonder if the Tigers in this situation have take till you get a strike on, especially with this part of the batting order. Make the pitcher work. As we said, this is Kurihara, who is on for his second inning of work. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses inside. It's now 3-0. And that drives you crackers as a manager when you've got lefties who can't get lefties out. Just makes you absolutely sick to your stomach. And that's what you got here. 3 straight balls to the lefty. So Kurihara ready to go again. Rocks into the windup and delivers. And squaring to bunt with a token effort, but taking a called strike is Kamani. That also drives me insane when guys do that. You may take a mental note and you drill them a little bit later when you see them the next time. Here comes the pitch. Fastball inside, just misses, and that's going to be ball 4. That's going to be a 1-out walk as Kamani is going to take his base. And now we're going to have the pitcher's spot in the batting order, so we're going to be curious to see who the Tigers are going to turn to here. We'll see what they do when they make that announcement. They do have options on the bench. I haven't seen any of the North American players. No Sheldon Noisy, no Johan Messies yet. So who do we have here coming to bat? This is Onandera. So it looks like it's going to be Dan Onandera coming in to pinch hit. There is going to be a conference on the mound as they are going to come out and talk to the pitcher here as figure out how they're going to deal with this situation. So Dan Onandera coming in to pinch hit. Each team tonight has used 4 pitchers to this point. And Onandera getting an opportunity to pinch hit here for the Tigers. Four for 24 on the season is Onandera, batting 167. So he is basically, from his standpoint, this is his 4th year. The 26-year-old was originally drafted in the 2019 development phase of the player draft in the first round. As the lefty holds set, and instead he throws over to first base, and getting back in time easily as the base runner Kamani. Onandera has played parts of 4 seasons, obviously this year here. Last year he had himself a pretty decent year, as he hit .347 in 75 at-bats, had 26 hits. As the pitch on the way is a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. But this year with 167, 4 for 24 at the plate. And I'm sure it's pretty tough for certain players just to have to come off the bench sporadically to get a chance to hit. So no balls and 1 strike to the pinch hitter of the Tigers. And as the lefty delivers, it's a fastball that comes inside. Now, did it hit him? He's claiming it hit him, but I think it may have swung at the pitch. They're going to look at him, and they're awarding him first base. I don't know. I think if I'm the Carp, I think I've got a beef with this. To me, it looked like he had taken a swing, hit him on the hands. Now that's going to put runners at first and second. I got to get a look at the replay. He did nothing to try to get out of the way. Pitch came inside. It looked like he was trying to swing, and it hit him right on the hand. I don't know about that one. Absolutely no effort to get himself out of the way. Hit by pitch. That's going to put runners at first and second. I don't know if that's something that can be challenged in the NPB. Onandera in a lot of pain. He goes to first base, and that's going to bring up the top of the order in Koji Chikamoto, as they have a conference on the mound here with their lefty Kurihara. And to be honest with you, that's a hard pitch sometimes to be able to call for the umpire. Was he attempting the swing? I think he was attempting the swing. I don't think he was attempting to pull back. No doubt it hit his hand. So Chikamoto coming to the plate. He's officially 0 for 3 tonight. He's grounded to short twice. He's bounced into a fielder's choice, and he's been hit by a pitch. So it's not going to get any easier here. The Tigers got a chance to be able to walk it off, or a sayonara hit, as a breaking ball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Koji Chikamoto here looking to do some damage. The runner at second is the all-important one. It is Kamani, the shortstop. He gets his lead. As the lefty holds set, here comes the pitch to Chikamoto. Fastball swung on. This is going to be lifted foul into the seats down the third base line, and the count now is 0-2, way ahead here on Chikamoto. Outfield is in very, very shallow. If the ball is a single that gets through, they got to be able to throw out the runner at the plate. It's do or die situation. As Chikamoto waiting here like a statue for the offering from the lefty, from the Carp, and it's a fastball that misses way outside, and the count is now 1-2. So 1-2 strikes to Koji Chikamoto. I have to say, I like Koji Chikamoto's game. He's one of the Tigers that I do admire. Center fielder, lots of speed. Has a little bit of pop once in a while in the stick. It's for a pretty good average. Covers a lot of ground in center field. Gets good jumps. Fun to watch in general. There is a fastball swung on. It's grounded softly over to second. They go to second for one. Back to first. It's not going to be in time. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So Chikamoto reaches on the fielder's choice. It is going to erase Onendera at second. He goes into the books. 4-6 on the putout. He's gone for the second out of the inning. Advancing over to third is the shortstop Kamani. It's going to bring the second baseman Takumo Nakano to the plate. And our friend Adam, who pointed out earlier, there are two players that drive Tiger fans crazy, Sato and Nakano. Well, Sato was driving you nuts in his last at bat, and now you've got Nakano to try to finish you off. Nakano tonight is 1 for 4. He's got a single and 4 trips. He's grounded out twice, and he has struck out. Keep your eye on Chikamoto here. Let's see if they put him in motion. I would here in this situation. The lefty on the mound, although they may want to consider throwing over to first. Let's see what happens here. As he kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses up and in. And then Chikamoto does take second base on the delay. Nice job there by the Tigers, so they stay out of a forced situation. I don't know if they'll give Chikamoto the stolen base or defensive indifference. I'll give him the stolen base. And it is 1-no strikes here to Nakano. So many different ways you can score from third. There's a breaking ball that drops in for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Looming on deck is the right fielder, Shota Morishita. 3-3 Carp and Tigers locked up here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Runners at second and third, and 2 gone. Lefty Kurihara here waits at the belt. Here comes the pitch. And it's on its way. There's a fastball swung on. It's lined into center field for a base hit. And the Tigers are going to get themselves a sayonara single, as Nakano has done the job here. He's going to bring home Kamani with the 4th run of the game. And the Tigers come all the way back to beat the Carp 4-3. As they are walking it off, there's a lot of water being tossed on the players. And that is going to do it here in this one. Well, they got 1 run in the inning on the benefit of only 1 hit. There was no errors, and there was 2 runners left aboard. Your final score is the Tigers 4 and the Carp 3. Everybody, thanks again for listening in with us tonight. We'll come back, wrap it up, give you the out-of-town scoreboard, and call it a night. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'll be back here in just a few after this. Appreciate you guys once again for hanging in here with us on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We'll give you the rundown on this, the out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll call it a night. It was all Carp early in this one, as the Carp got off to a 1-0 lead in the fourth inning, a leadoff double by Shogo Sakakura. He was sacrificed over to third on a bunt by Shota Dobayashi, and up stepped Takeyoshi Noma, and he drove home Sakakura with a sacrifice fly, and that put the scoreline to 1-0 for the Carp. Well, they added to their lead in the sixth inning when a back-to-back singles by Shogo Akiyama and Shogo Sakakura got things going. Again, Dobayashi bunted them over to second and third. Up stepped Takeyoshi Noma, and he had a ground out that brought home Akiyama with the second run of the ball game. And then Kaito Kazono stepped up and singled home Sakakura, and that made the scoreline 3-0. Well, then we went to the seventh inning, and the Tigers got it all back, as it was Shota Morishita led off with a hit by pitch. Then it was Oyama who bounced into a fielder's choice. Then Sato singled. Then it was a walk to the pinch hitter Mayagawa to load the bases. And then it was Ryotaro Umeno who walked with the bases loaded to bring in the first run. Seiya Kamani then singled home the second run of the inning. And then it was another single off the bat of Haraguchi that brought home the third run, and that tied the ball game up at 3. So then we fast forward all the way to the ninth inning, bottom of the ninth, locked at 3s. Umeno grounded out. A walk to Kamani. Then it was Onodera got hit by a pitch. Chikamoto stepped up and bounced into the fielder's choice, and after he stole second base, Takuma Nakano singled home Kamani with the winner, and your final score was the Tigers 4 and the Carp 3. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for hanging in with us tonight. We'll take a quick peek at that out-of-town scoreboard. All the other games, there were 2 other games that were going on, and then 3 other games go off in a half hour's time. We're unfortunately not going to give you the double header tonight, as we got to call it a night. But the other game that we were worth watching in the Central League, it was the Dragons knocking off the Bay Stars 4-2 in that one. So unfortunately for the Bay Stars, not able to gain ground on the 2 teams they are chasing. And then the Tohoku Rakuten Golden Eagles knocked off the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters 7-5 at the Rakuten Mobile Stadium Miyagi in Tohoku. Games later tonight in the Central League, it'll be the Battle of Tokyo between the Giants and the Swallows at the Tokyo Dome. And in the Pacific League, it'll be the Lions and the Marines at the Balluna Dome. And the Buffaloes will play the Hawks at the Kyocera Dome. All those games get going in about a half hour's time. Once again, everybody, we appreciate you guys for hanging in tonight and listening to us on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Come on back and see us again later in the week. We will do all the action again for you throughout the rest of the week this week. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.